Rhyming these rhymes, turn from your sin and repent of your crimes, and do it to the end, keep your faith and you're fine. We the real Jews, no faking. I'm a Levite, no Haitian. Israel, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
Psalms chapter 119 verse 142. Psalms chapter 119 and verse 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy love is the
Shalom, 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 Israel. Shalom, Most High in Christ bless. Most High in Christ bless. Welcome to Patient Saints Radio.
Hell.
Who needs his drums? Hey, you got one spirit of the Most High.
It's too low now.
I had to wait for the ringing to stop.
Damn.
Oh boy, got CTE. 1 2.
I did something to the mics.
Yeah.
1 2.
Just turn the
live check.
I
Can you hear us?
Press the power button.
Yeah. I can't be.
Boy, we miss you.
You might have to take
Live
your
chat
time
has
to
been
jack it off.
Man.
You gotta pull a Jordan. You gotta come back with a different number. With a different number. Oh boy.
Turn it up a little bit.
45. Can y'all turn up
Just a little bit.
the volume?
Turn it up a little bit.
I don't know. I wouldn't ask.
Does
you to do
anybody
nothing
hear
else.
us back here? Did y'all hear us?
Somebody said the entire feed is low.
Hey, the entire feed
The
was
sound,
no.
does the sound effects? Hey, I'm getting ready to get into it. Does
Get
the
into it, Bishop.
Does the sound effects
Teach
have
him,
its
Bishop.
own levels? Because that's the only thing that need to be turned down. Everything else is
So
fine.
does the sound effects
The
have
sound
its own
effects have its own level as a, independent of the
Turn it.
microphones and everything else. They're separate? Okay.
He said turn down the sound effects.
Can y'all turn
But
the
that's
mics up?
what was so loud in our ears, and then our voices
right.
went down. So, all right.
Can y'all hear us online? YouTube?
1 2 1 2. They saying very low.
Hey, we doing this with a can and a wire. Y'all hold
What
tight.
kind of introduction? A
Can and a wire.
can and a wire, boy. You going way back.
Right.
The string between the two cans.
Right.
That's what we
Sounds
got
like
right
we're in a
now.
tunnel.
That's what we got right now.
Very low. Okay,
Shout out
well,
to the
we'll
number one
talk.
tech team.
Yeah. Question mark.
You serious?
Number one
I can't.
question mark.
That was sarcasm, Bishop.
Yeah.
Sarcasm.
Sarcasm.
We only 54 minutes late, y'all. So, we,
Wow.
brothers and sisters, we having technical difficulties.
Don't worry,
Trying
Cap. They
to
can't
think
hear
right.
you.
Oh, they can't hear.
They can't
Oh,
hear
damn.
Yeah.
So we're still not on yet.
No, we're on. It's very low.
This is very
Is there
low.
a sign that says
On.
technical difficulties so that they know?
Nope, they don't think that far ahead, Mom.
They wouldn't hear that either.
They wouldn't
They
hear
wouldn't hear the
They wouldn't
words.
see
You
it.
expect them to be forward thinking. Come on, Shamar.
They wouldn't hear the written words.
Y'all know y'all gonna get it
You're
today,
asking
right?
too much.
We gotta send it in braille.
So let me. I'm going to share story time. What a lot of people don't
They can't
know.
hear you.
We want to hear you. 'Cause
Mama, we can't hear you, Mama.
Well, I'll share it anyway, so we can talk amongst ourselves. But people don't know that Bishop Yawasop is the beginning.
That's right.
Of IT.
The very beginning of IT.
He was
Yeah.
technically crazy.
That's what we can hear.
Yeah, but
Give her a round of
before all
applause.
of the technical
He was
advances.
the
Yeah.
only tech team.
Bishop Yawasop
He
was
was
the
the only
only
tech team.
One
Only
man
tech-
one man
Whoa,
tech
whoa,
team.
One man tech team.
I remember watching class, and if you had the Officer 10 mic, and it wasn't an Officer 10 section, you was getting it during class. Which mic you got? Is that the soldier's mic?
Oh no.
I think, did you wire the entire, like 1 year, like for Passover?
Yes.
you
Yeah,
wired
I
it?
was
2013.
trying to.
I was
That's-
the first Passover.
That's a That's a whole nother.
Hey, you guys don't want me to talk about this. That's how.
You don't want to talk
No,
about that.
but
That's
it
bad
was
memories.
a one-man show.
The one-man
You know
show.
what I'm saying?
He was
It
doing it.
one.
One-man tech
person.
team.
He knew what every wire was. He knew everything. And
Yes.
look at us today.
Yes.
Yeah, look at this.
Question,
We
yeah,
didn't even know.
13
Look at
hours.
this. Look at
I-
this. Even though
that-
it's
Can we go
Short
back to
version.
the old days?
No. Oh. D
That's
said
a
now
whole
you're going
nother-
too far.
That's a whole.
You
Yeah.
took it
You're
too
gone
far
too
now.
far. You're gone too
You took
far,
it too
All
Bishop.
the- all the-
Ask Bishop, what happened? What happened to him?
Yeah, well, let me answer it in that because that was the year that I had to get retired from that.
Oh, hell
They
no.
took
From
him
that.
right off.
Yeah,
Hey.
but here's the
Was it
here's
voluntary?
the situation. Is
No,
that-
they forced him.
No, what
Bishop Netanyahu forced him to
No,
retire.
it was a forced retirement. But let me tell you the reason.
They said, hey, company should accept the retirement package.
Hey, they said the
I have
company's
to-
going in another direction.
I gotta say it. Like you was bringing out, Mother Shamara. Technical. Back in the old days, in the beginning of where we were, we put more emphasis on the video. So, and we weren't really paying attention because most people, like I used to sell TVs in the world and all that with electronics and all that. And it's easy to sell a television. You just point to it, they look at it, I like the picture, such and such. But trying to sell audio was a whole nother world. People was intimidated by it and this and that and the other. So just to make it quick, I was trying to bring the audio up. Nobody really wanted to pay attention to the audio because the audio is what makes the video. You go to the movies, your THX and all that. Your audio enhances the movies, So I was trying to bring the audio levels up, and we weren't really investing in the audio. So the big test came from when we went from a Passover in 2014, where we kept it locally. When we went and got into that huge arena,
Right.
we never bought any extra equipment to accommodate that.
And
That-
Bishop,
that was
and
the
nobody
failure.
could understand that. And you were
Yeah.
trying to
I
explain
was
it.
trying to explain it.
Like, we don't
I
care.
said we need a bigger budget to deal with this, so that's what happened.
Oh, God.
So there you go.
The company's
That's
going
what
in another direction.
So, Bishop Kana, you really believe what he just said? I was there.
I'm
I
tell-
know that's what
I
was
know
happening.
that's
That's what happened. That's exactly what happened.
Oh, I used to get paid to
All
write
right, Bishop Netanyahu, if you listen, please
No,
call
no,
in
no,
and
no.
say what happened.
Listen,
That's what
listen.
happened.
Don't call in.
I'm telling you, that's what happened.
They didn't want to spend
Text.
the budget.
They didn't want to spend it.
I'll tell you what happened. So what happened? After he first retired, they increased the budget?
They
Yeah,
100%.
They did.
That's
They did.
exactly what happened.
Yeah.
They said,
But listen,
Bishop
but
said it's a
Bishop,
conspiracy.
that's not the
That's what
narrative.
happened.
Well, that's not the narrative we're going to go with.
Exactly.
Ah.
Now, of
That's
course
the
not.
narrative we
The
wanna go
narrative is I effed up.
Yeah, that's
and that's what we want to say.
That's what we're
So
talking
I'm good
about.
with that.
So anyway, Bishop was there with all these
I'm
things,
good with
turning
that.
buttons. And
But
then kick
this
the
is what I
thing,
want to.
hit it, yeah.
This is what I want to
And
say
that's
right
why
now.
I'm not coming out of retirement because I wasn't.
Because you
thinking
don't
right.
appreciate
No,
it, goddammit.
Right.
That's right.
Right.
Now you're on your own.
Now you're on your own.
Now look
He was
what,
right.
now look what we
I'm
got
just
right
kidding.
now.
Now we 54 minutes late.
Bishop, did they say, oh, he was right?
58
Yeah.
and counting now.
So how many of you in the panel want Bishop Yaus have to come out of retirement?
No.
Come on, stop.
No,
Yeah,
no,
I
no.
know
He
your
might-
sister.
he
Look at all the
might-
hands, Bishop.
no,
Look at all
what
the
I'm
hands.
Hey,
saying-
hey,
what I'm
listen,
saying, he might
listen,
need to
listen,
go
listen.
back there
Listen.
Yes.
to explain the seriousness
Right.
Right.
That's what I do.
Right.
If anything.
Right.
the
Hey,
you gotta pay-
seriousness of
Exactly.
the expectations that this is
Exactly.
not allowed and
Right.
not acceptable.
There
See,
You heard that, tech team?
That's
You heard
Tech team,
that?
this
It's
is
not
I don't wanna-
allowed. It is not acceptable.
Because
Bishop
the
is-
bishop
I'm
is so
smart.
meticulous
Yeah.
when it comes to certain things. He needed to know that the wires needed to be color coded.
That's
so
right.
that way he knew where they went.
That's
So Bishop was my Lord Bishop used to
Why
say,
we ain't got
"Yo,
that?"
Get from behind you.
Yeah.
According to
And he
what
was
you
right.
said.
He was
Yeah.
right because realistically, I'm not supposed to be dealing with that. We're supposed these young men supposed to learn that. So
this picture.
all
But let's
praise.
talk about the DJ booth. 'Cause see, they don't
Hey, I
talk
want to
about that
introduce.
either.
I want to
They don't
introduce
talk about that either.
Sister
Whoa,
Anna.
whoa, whoa, easy.
I want to
What is
introduce
DJ?
Sister Anna. Turn the camera to Sister Anna.
Hey, give an
I wanna
audio
introduce
clap.
Sister
Audio
Anna.
clap.
It's the first time. Sister Anna, introduce yourself. What happened with her mic?
I don't have
It's echoing again.
Now it's echoing again.
Whenever
You got to just roll with it now.
Hey,
Brothers and sisters, I'm Sister Anna of the House of Bishop, the great bishop.
Say it with
What?
your chest. Say it like
Say it
you
with your
mean it.
chest, sis.
The great bishop. It's an honor being here. I appreciate you all having me all.
All
over
praise.
here.
Even 54 minutes late.
Again.
All
And I'm
praise.
supposed to say this in Spanish.
Oh, yeah.
Sí.
Didn't they used
Buenos
to have a-
días, buenas tardes, mi gente. Soy la hermana Ana, la casa del obispo Yausa. Es un honor de estar
Obispo.
en Orlando. Muchas gracias por tenerme.
All right. Hey, your last part, so that's what you're going to get. All praise to the Most High. Yes, yes, sir.
Hey,
Yes.
come on, like, then the volume of the mic supposed to be
Yeah.
the bottom of
Now
the
it's echoing.
I don't know nothing about none of this. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm keeping all the way.
Hey, you guys understand? When you see text team messing up like that, somebody back there is insane.
Uh-oh.
I'm just telling you straight.
Damn.
About the box swinging.
Somebody back there is doing something they're not supposed to be doing.
Hope none of you back there sleep with Steve Harvey.
Somebody's there watching
Which
porn.
one y'all see with Steve Harvey White, man?
Somebody's there watching porn, or somebody's sleeping with Steve Harvey's wife.
Damn. Which one y'all dreaming about Steve Harvey White? Damn.
Hey, it got worse.
They'll put their
Somebody back there is doing something that's supposed to be doing. Okay.
Can y'all hear this echo? I'm serious. Can y'all hear this
I just
echo
told
that's
him
coming?
Zed.
to put the headphones on.
Uzziah.
Minimize
Testing.
that.
Y'all hear the echo?
Testing.
Are y'all gonna leave it like that, or y'all just working on it?
Damn.
Or just turn down the gain or something?
Bishop, you just gonna be like the guru. They come for you.
Yes, the audio is horrible.
Yeah, it's bad, yo.
You just winging it today. You just
Oh, but come on, come on, Cap.
don't be discouraged. Don't be dismayed at
Don't
the
be-
sounds
don't be
of the
distracted.
team. Well, the heathens are dismayed.
Oh, man.
If your
So
wife is afraid,
I put a poll out earlier in our groups. If you sincerely want to help on the tech team and you have some experience, all jokes aside, I know we've joked about it before, but we're seriously taking applications right now. So for all of y'all who are visiting right here, you want to make Atlanta your permanent home, you got some tech skills, we hire
you gotta
We
get
hire.
That's not a joke, yo.
You got two coconuts and a string. You
We
get high.
We can't pay you.
We tired of dealing with
We
this.
ain't got no budget.
Same thing, man.
Lord pay.
but surely the Lord has your reward.
Doing the work of the Lord.
Person for a very long time. Oh,
You bug
there it
out.
goes again.
Yeah,
But
we do.
my thing is, when you see stuff like that, brothers and sisters, spirit is not in it.
Right.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing when your wife go in the kitchen and cook. She's always cooked good when her spirit is in it, and all of a sudden the food come out salty because she was mad at you because the spirit is not there. It's the same thing. This is spiritual. People don't understand that. If your spirit is not in it, but and what I'm upset about is that tomorrow Monday, everybody's gonna go to work working for the white man.
And do their job.
They're gonna make
perfectly.
sure everything is running perfect the way it's supposed to.
Right.
They're gonna make sure they check everything, everything's going perfect. But when it comes to your people to spread the gospel, their spirit is not in it. I'm just being honest, their spirit is not in it. If your spirit is not in it, it's not gonna work. Remember 1 year we had to shut down, I think it's like a couple of years ago, we had to shut down the kitchen
Yes.
because no blood and sister spirit was in it, the food always messed up.
Yep.
Same thing.
Their spirit was in the food last night, I can tell you that.
Yeah. Same thing. When your spirit is not in it, that's what's gonna happen. I'm just telling you, whoever you're back there, if your spirit is not in it, it's better just say, yo, listen, I cannot do this no more, replace me. It's better you just say that we just find somebody else. Instead of you come in, you screwed up every week. That's showing that you don't care about your people. I'm just being honest with you. So he's better just replace you and just get it over.
Deacon, if there was a
Somebody said switch the mic output with the sound effects output. You get help from online.
Hey Deacon, if there was a paycheck involved, brothers would be here on time, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, man. Willing to do the job. They know their reward is in their hand. They don't understand their reward is in the heavens, man.
Cap, how many hours of sleep you got?
I got 3.5 hours.
Got about 2 hours sleep. But you were here on time, ready for the show.
Yep.
Now the tech team, I'm sure they got way more sleep than you.
Yep.
They're here early, and this is what's happening. And the bad part is no one said anything until 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
That's what pissed me off.
That's the crazy part. No one said, you know what, let's start running the stream, let's check everything. You had hours before the show. What the hell? It makes no sense that we go through this every damn week, man. So Joe online says he'll move to Atlanta for free and help the tech team.
Take the online application? Resumes right now?
And you know what? A lot of times, some of the newer spirits is the one that's ready to do the work.
Right, right.
You can say that again.
They're not bitter yet.
Yep.
But Bishop said earlier, people get comfortable. Once you see that gets comfortable, it's time for them to let them go, man.
That statement that you just said there, what did the brother say?
Oh, I gotta find it. Joe something. He said he's willing to move to Atlanta and for free and help the tech team.
That statement tells you how important this is. By him saying that. Now I don't know who the brother is. He could have just been saying it, trying to throw shade or whatever. We don't know. But when someone makes a statement that way, it's a message to let us all know that, listen, we depend on you. And if y'all can't get it right, I'm willing to come down there, move, do all kinds of stuff to make sure that it happens.
Right.
That's the message that's coming from that.
Right.
You don't plan your day around certain things. So like you won't go out to grocery shop or do different things because you plan your day around PSR, for example. So you might want to cook or do laundry. Right. You're doing it around PSR. This is part of your programming.
Exactly.
And that's what people are saying in the chat. Some people are saying, hey man, this is part of my day. Where's PSR at?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Now I'm getting it.
It's part of it.
Absolutely.
I like, why would not, no one can hear me, but I want to share a story, and I was just sharing it with a former coworker. Certain standard that must be held, and when it's not held, like I'm all up in rage because you did not produce what you were trained to do, right? And so it makes me think about who the weakest link is in your team. So whoever the weakest link in your team can make everybody look bad. And so I'm talking from the top down. So remember, this is my district manager, I'm the general manager, I have a team of managers underneath me, but the weakest store manager, the weakest assistant manager made a reflection of everybody. And the whole team got written up. And so in a spiritual sense, what do we look like right now? Something quiet. But I just want to share that story because we look disorganized, we look piecemeal, and especially since coming off of a great march, for people who might be tuning in.
That's what that statement was about.
Like, what kind of organization is this? They say that they're organized, but are they really? And so I'm just saying that, like, I want to say in my
You got
opinion.
you was 100%, you 100% right.
That cut to the heart.
I
Right.
fast started hurting.
Right.
You know, what's actually happening here.
Right.
To Deacon's point, oftentimes there is secret sin, whether or not
Yeah.
it's something
That's
that's
what's going on.
a small matter or big. And then this is where you confess your sins one to another so that you can be healed, because it puts a block on all the good work that you men are doing. And so we want to make sure that there is respect, because this, just like in my particular instance, it was disrespectful to me as a general manager when I had set the standard. She found it disrespectful because she was interviewing a candidate, and we're interviewing and selling the truth every single day. And so it behooves all of us to always make sure that we're putting the best place forward. And so just from a backstage perspective, like in fashion shows and different things like that, you always test the equipment hours before. So test it, and and I've been here. This is not my first go run. So like, I would apologize to Mama Anna and to you, Bishop, both, that this is not the general expectation or the standard for PSR. I know that because I was here before the rules were changed. So, I don't know what's happening in the back, and it may just be something that's just going on right now, but this does not meet what PSR and what the IUIC Atlanta team represents. So, I mute my mic.
10 o'clock, these brothers late 1 hour.
Yes.
That's not organized at all.
It just could be, maybe Satan just burned the wire.
Right.
It is what it is.
I want to read the scripture, Ephesians 4. Tag team, this is for you. Form 1. Who's the reader? Who's the reader? Oh, let's go. Ephesians 4:1.
This is
Oh, you can't. Yeah, I can't hear you either.
Damn. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 1.
Read.
Therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, beseech you that ye walk worthy of the vocation wherewith ye are called.
The Bible says that we are supposed to walk worthy of the vocation that we are called. When we become prisoners of Christ, we no longer live to all. Service to God. That's what his life became. Everything else didn't matter. Read on.
Beseech you that ye walk worthy of the vocation wherewith ye are called.
In your personal life, the vocation, the jobs you have, if you cannot complete it, you get fired. How much more this? And the reason I'm saying it for, and I understand things happen, but y'all do this every week.
For 7 years.
Every week. It is impossible for us to be gods on earth, and we cannot get this right. The one thing to do is at 10 o'clock we go live. If it makes you stay here the night before to make sure this show comes off, it makes us look bad. It makes us look bad.
And Bishop, they have a checklist.
And they have a checklist. And they go. People said he was here at 9:15. They had a whole almost hour to figure that out. Now again, I'm saying this, I'm not ignorant that things happen. But that ain't the case. Because I was sitting here, Minister, like, damn, you guys are nobody's doing anything. I'm like, okay, I guess they have it together. And Captain told me that, Bishop, hold up. Don't give credit too soon. Anyway, read one more time and finish it.
Ephesians 4 verse 1. I therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, beseech you that ye walk worthy of the vocation wherewith ye are called.
You have to walk worthy of this, worthy of vocation. So as Shamar said, she came from home out here early. She could have been home with her family. Bishop, the family came out. I came out. These men came back from war. They came out. People came from out of state. They came out. And even more importantly than us, I would say, is the listening audience. People that don't know who IU side and IUIC is or Patience Saints. They tune in, like you said. They stop doing what they do to tune in to listen. And all they're expecting, they don't care about what's on the back end, is when you go live at 10 o'clock, you be where you're supposed to be. We go live when we're supposed to go live. Everything else other than that,
So,
People will come to expect that.
yeah, absolutely.
Why do you think they come now? Because they see the structure and order. That's why they don't go to the other camps, because there's no structure and order. We just need to go live.
I knew that was an issue because I made a comparison to Edomite television shows.
Right. Yeah.
At 8 o'clock, my two dad, whatever.
Right.
My two dads, Lord Jesus. That's a new TV. That's a new TV show. My two dads.
One and a half, and then a 2.5 and all.
Right.
My point is, when 8 o'clock comes, it's on.
Yep.
No 9 o'clock comes in, it's on. They're fighting in the background, but when 8 o'clock comes,
Right.
the camera's on.
Right.
I do the same thing for Bible Book of
Right.
Not 801.
Right.
Not 801. Not 8. No. It's 6. When 6 come on 6:0, we're on the air.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
I pointed that out. I said because people get used to that. We were delayed for 5 minutes and people knew something was wrong. But it's not the norm.
Yep.
That's what Mother Shamar is saying. That's what people are expecting.
We had a ton of comments saying that. I thought PSR was canceled today. You know, where y'all been? Things of that nature. So.
But when you put that standard out there, people get used to that standard. And I was missing
I
your
hope
point
they don't
earlier.
sabotage on IT part.
Around what we do. Yeah.
Somebody said there's an agent in the house.
Exactly.
I believe it. I'm telling you. It should make no sense.
Because there's no way. Remember, we there's no way that, remember, we built this studio so that the equipment didn't have to be moved anymore. Because the issue was, the wires are being destroyed every time we pull down and take down. So right now everything is fixated, and we're only in here once a week. So there's less wear and tear. There's less room for brothers and sisters damaging it by pulling wires and stuff like that. So I don't understand what the issue is every single week. It baffles me. I see wires getting pulled out, things changing. Like, there should be less wear and tear on PSR equipment because it's only once a week. Dang.
IUIC is bootleg today. Damn.
Somebody said agent provocateur. Facts.
Yo,
WCO.
Yo, shut down everything, start the shit all over again, bro. Bro, I'm getting frustrated right now. I'm getting way pissed.
Are we up? They heard him say shit?
One, two, one, two,
Yeah,
one, two.
Yeah, can you hear us, everybody?
Testing.
We-
Testing. I can't hear myself.
I can hear y'all. We
Yeah,
can
I
hear.
can't hear
It
me.
says
Can you hear
perfect.
me?
Sounds better. Sounds better.
It says
Okay.
perfect.
Sounds bad. Sounds
Sabotage,
good.
sound-
They
Sounds
saying it's
good.
There we
fixed
go.
now. It's
Okay.
kind of low, but it's fixed.
Okay.
Speak into the
Secret
mic.
agent man.
I'm afraid.
One of y'all back there
I
said
know.
agent.
I'm in danger.
Stranger danger.
Says we're good.
Clear sounds
Oh,
Clear,
Lord.
sounds good, sounds better. Still
I
good.
feel
Hour
like
and
I'm
20
in danger.
minutes.
Sound is good
Dang.
now. Hour and 20 minutes in.
So it was a good show we had. You know, we just want to tell everybody thanks for coming out.
Ron Justman here again. If you haven't seen our
Pleasure seeing you again, Bishop.
All right, Bishop. Go ahead, introduce yourself again.
Shalom, brothers and sisters. I'm Bishop Yawasop, Most High Christ bless you all.
I'm Bishop Kanai, always on time.
Captain Shemaiah.
Captain Amaziah.
Officer Carmela.
We can't hear him.
I couldn't hear. Say it again.
You gotta put it.
You gotta shout.
Her mic, I don't think her mic is on.
Right.
Hey, somebody got to come and turn her mic on. Her mic is
No, speak into the mic.
No.
Yeah, she is.
She is speaking to the mic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
not
that
on.
something's wrong with that mic. Mother Shamara.
No, that mic is good.
This is Sister Anna.
No,
See? That mic
you were
is
right.
on.
It's,
No, her mic is not.
your mic.
Mic is not on.
I can hear you real low.
I think it's because you're next to her.
I can't hear. I can't hear.
Yeah,
myself.
I hear you're very low though. Yeah,
I can hear myself.
Yeah,
okay,
you're low.
so here we go.
Mother Shema, you headphone is not on either?
Yeah,
Okay.
Can't hear nothing.
Hey,
You sure you want them to touch another
Officer
wire right
Elisha,
now?
then you guys supposed
Right.
to fix that under the table?
Okay, that's Sister Anna and Sister Shmara.
Right.
That's it.
All right, Cap, what do we have?
Oh, they got Sister Shmara
We have headaches.
for the tech team.
We have anger,
Shmara's on the tech team.
disappointment.
I got a rash on my neck. 'cause
What
I've been
else?
Sweating.
Give me some more.
Testing. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Yes.
yeah,
There we
yeah,
go.
yeah.
Shmara fixed the tech team.
I don't know
Hallelujah.
what's going on
Mother
right
Anna.
now.
Talk.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, we can-
There we go. Okay. Oh,
You know, we're just going to
Jesus.
listen real good.
I am so afraid
Hour
right
and 22
now.
minutes in.
Well, I was supposed to start. Well, hi everyone. I'm Shamar from the House of General Bishop Nathaniel, and I was supposed to salute the men.
Oh, we got.
Job.
Yeah.
That's what IT.
now we're talking. Oh
I'm
man!
still
Don't
afraid.
turn the signs towards IT. Just
Don't
keep it
move
this
the
way. Keep it this
cameras.
way.
Wow.
Don't even.
Don't swivel your chair.
Oh
surprise
Lord.
for you guys.
Don't move.
All praise
Don't
to the
move.
Lord.
Don't move,
Very
man.
much.
All praise.
It's only an hour and a half late. It's okay,
I
but
know.
sending love anyway.
Oh, thank you so much.
We appreciate it. But after so much heartache and depression all morning, it's thank you. We thank you. We thank you.
So good.
I'm in danger.
Yeah.
Hey, Cap, I think we should jump right in it.
Okay. So you know what? The video of the Blitz of men's conference.
Men's conference video.
Yes. Men's con. Let's start with that because we might see one of y'all as one of the agents who commented there. So try to weed this out.
Cap, I'm gonna be your Luther for today. Remember,
Captain Amaziah sent the video. Say again.
can I be your Luther for today? Remember when Obama had he speaks polite and then Luther snap on everybody?
Oh, I don't know who that is.
Bishop knows.
Oh, Key and Peele. Oh no. So Uzziah, Officer Uzziah, you have the ability to hit the comment part to show all the retweets, correct? Because it's not just the video, but it's the actual link.
You have to have a Twitter account.
Okay, so you see where the 1400 right there?
Quotes.
On the bottom, the quotes, yeah.
It says 1,483 quotes.
Are you able to click that?
The mouse don't work.
Quote right above, right there.
Gotta have them.
Damn it!
Damn the devil.
That's the whole point.
Somebody log into their Twitter, man.
Anybody got Twitter? All right, so play the video while they get that for you. Damn.
Oh boy.
Damn.
It's like Lancelot's secret chimp.
Hill, get the hill on camera right there.
I want to speak on
Pause it.
trying to keep everything in context because I know we had a lot of technical difficulties and a whole lot of frustrations and all kind of things, disappointments coming up, and then you see what you see on the screen.
Yes.
What I want to point out, because what you see there, we had to go through all kinds of, that didn't just pop up.
Right.
The same kind of as you will, like the frustrations of what we talk about with IT and everything else. It takes that kind of work to get to that kind of perfection. Same thing that it's going to take to get our broadcasting and all that. So, although we're having our difficulties, what you see there is years and years and years of work. And that's what it's going to take for us. So my point behind all of that is to understand that none of this is easy. The job that IT has is not easy. The job with the kitchen is not easy. Right. All of the different things that we do is not easy. But just I don't want to rule out the thing about the possibility of sin and all the rest of it, because that definitely might be the cause here. I don't know, but I don't want people to lose their sight on what we're endeavoring to do. Not only in what you see in the neighborhoods when we go through, but to understand that we have that same endeavor for every department, including IT, kitchen, and the rest of it. So sometimes we run into some hiccups, but when we do, when we're done with this, believe me, we're gonna have a serious meeting so that we can straighten all of this out, so that when you see us like what you see on the street, your IT is going to be the same way.
Raw.
So there's work behind what we do whenever we have quote unquote setbacks.
We have to get a Captain Shem in here to get on you on a special kind of way. Yes.
Because
time to wake up.
It's time to test up. We got the new.
Fire you and get
and
a
check
new crew. And
get a new crew.
And check the mics too.
Y'all know you're gonna get it right.
Oh man!
All right,
I love when Bishop.
You guys
here.
are able to go to the comments.
We can't see the comments.
So finish it first. Finish
Finish
it.
the
Then.
I just
Finish
want to
the
make
video,
that
go to the
point. Go ahead.
It's time to be.
So I want everyone on the line to pay attention to the cadence that's coming out. It says, "Hey brothers, do you have a girlfriend?"
It's time to get married.
No, before that, do you have a
We
girlfriend?
got good news for you.
Go back
Time
a
to man
second.
up, something like that.
Hey,
It's
black
time man up.
man.
He said
Hey,
man up.
black
Time to man up and
man.
get married.
It's time
Something
Do
like
you
that.
have a girlfriend?
Play it.
Do you have a girlfriend?
It's time to be
That man.
and get married. So, okay. So you would, for our community,
Yes, sir.
that's a great message to hear because
For who?
for our community,
Not for the
Not for
sluts.
niggas.
right?
Sluts don't want
right.
to get married.
Okay, in a normal,
Oh, okay.
Society.
correct mind,
Okay.
it's a good thing. So I wanted to highlight that as we go through the comments after the video. Okay, go ahead. Okay, we have sound.
Got no sound.
Be a feminine place.
Oh, wear a dress. I'll cover up your body.
I feel like that would be a good thing to
Okay.
follow right there.
It sounds
For a normal society in your right mind.
Right,
that would be
right
a good
mind,
thing to
right.
follow.
A healthy,
Right.
functioning brain.
okay. So now because it's like 1,400 quotes or retweets off of this video, which has over 3 million views.
Almost
All
4
praises
now.
to the Most High.
Now, does Twitter views count for the shared views and other social platforms, or the other social platforms are indicative of itself?
I think those
I-
are separate.
yeah, I
So
think.
then that means
So
this could
it's-
be like 5 million.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah,
100%.
collective. Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So let's go through some of these comments. Let's see if our people appreciated the message that came out of the cadences.
And remember,
Can we
before you
zoom in a little bit?
Hold on. Before you read those, remember now, this is in one of the worst. This
Yes.
is the worst neighborhood
Cherry
in
Hill.
Baltimore,
Yes.
Cherry Hill.
Yep.
Okay. And July 4th, they had a mass shooting over there.
Yep.
People died over there. Okay. So we went to this is the neighborhood we're going in. Okay. Let's see what they say.
Let's see.
Oh, wow,
We'll go through quite a few of them. Go ahead.
A bunch of unemployed hoteps wandering through the streets during while everyone else is being a productive member of society?
Okay. So, did anyone ask if you have a job?
No.
I work.
I mean,
That's how we got there.
I don't remember us getting interviewed asking about our work condition. Okay, but let's go down. Let's go through some of these.
But to show you the stupidity in that, how in the world are we gonna talk about marrying somebody with you're not able to take care of them?
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
The
So-
Negro, those kinds of comments come from the Negro that came from that damn table in Tyrone's.
Yes.
That's where
they
they
clone
came from,
Tyrone.
that damn-
A clone?
the clone spirits.
Hey, they a bunch of
That's where
Tyrones.
they come from. So
Right. And it goes right back to Bishop Yawasab's statement. The black man was manufactured
that
in
kind of
America.
thinking-
The nigga.
The Negro was
That kind of
manufactured.
thinking don't even make sense.
It doesn't. But it continues. Read the next one.
Girl.
Oh,
Did
she
you
asked
listen
what
to the
Hotep
video?
meant. Yeah, what is
Oh,
Hotep?
That's like
Hotep
the-
is like the Pan-African.
Yeah, the
It's like a
African,
greeting.
Egyptian,
It's a
Egyptian
greeting.
type.
Egyptologist.
Yeah,
Egyptologist,
Egyptologist.
yeah.
That's it. So it was a sister who reposted our video, our live, and that's what got all of these videos. So read the comment.
A bunch of unemployed men marching across neighborhoods whose occupants are most likely at work chanting, "We are the real Jews."
Unemployed again. Y'all keep seeing the theme?
Yeah,
Okay,
I like-
keep,
We just
keep
a
going.
bunch. We bums. That's
Keep
what
going
they
down.
saying.
Keep going down. Let's get some more.
From Black Capital.
Go down. Go down. Go down. Go ahead.
Hebrew Israelite niggas are the last niggas that actually need press.
So they're basically saying, why are you sharing this video? That's what a lot of people kept saying. Go ahead. Go down.
Expedition.
Come on, read.
I want the black Israelites defunded expeditiously because this is hell on
That
earth.
Negro didn't know what
So-
that word meant.
Hey, he hates God.
You know that Negro did not understand what that word meant.
Expeditiously. He was watching T.I.
So
He was watching
So,
that. That was
he
awesome.
said,
Hey,
I
don't
want you to
forget.
think about. Oh,
Hey, Cap, I'm sorry. Don't forget though. There's a lot of Amalek.
That's posing.
Yes. Because they put a picture of a black person. That doesn't
Right.
mean that's- There's a lot of Amalek in there. I'm telling you.
Right. So, but here's the thing. He said because this is hell on earth.
Us kicking the laws.
This is the worst neighborhood in Baltimore.
Yeah.
We were just in O Block, the worst neighborhood in Chicago. Who else needs more structure, needs discipline like the neighborhoods that we go to and teach in every week?
Hey,
I guess they were well employed.
Hey.
The people over there.
And Cap, they said that neighborhood, Cherry Hill, is 273%. The crime rate is 273% more than
Higher.
the United States average.
Yep.
Above average.
Yep.
That's consolidated, boy.
273%. If anybody needs
Go down.
some structure, some laws,
Go down.
it's them right there. It's Cherry Hill. It's Baltimore.
Go ahead. Read
I'm
that.
sorry. I gotta say this. I find this very hard to believe. All these are black people. I'm going to tell you why.
I agree with you.
This is the first time. That's
A
the
march.
first
Yeah, a
year.
march. Yeah.
A march,
Yeah.
yeah.
Remember,
Got these kind of
Yeah.
comments.
those comment.
Yes.
I'm telling you, there's a lot of white people behind
Yes.
this.
Yes.
I find I had to
that.
believe. Listen, Jake, I'm not saying we don't have evil people in the midst of us. Jake usually don't criticize the Israelite like that.
And all of them have the same verbiage.
Exactly.
Because
That makes
when
no
we were
sense.
out there, we
Yeah.
did not get that
No,
kind of
no,
response
we
at
did
all.
not.
Right.
I'm telling you.
No.
Don't remember when we did that thing for Kyrie Irving?
Right.
Yes.
We put it in the same
Everybody had
Yes.
our back.
same stage, same platform. We didn't have that. So
Even
I'm
Memphis.
just saying.
That's Esau.
Trying
That's
to-
Esau trying to
Popular
put that
persuasion.
narrative
Yes.
out there that we're
Yes.
unemployed and all of that
Yes.
stuff.
Esau tries
That's
to do
Esau
it.
trying to do that.
Esau just put a black face
Yes, sir.
because that's easy to do.
They
I'm
have
just
have
saying.
multiple accounts.
Yes.
Hey, D, you
That's
got a good
Esau.
point. Because I remember after the very first big one was Memphis. We had that Memphis march, and everything was positive about that march.
About that march. So
our
Even
own
Esau, even Edomites
Yes.
spoke.
exactly.
Yes.
Now all of a
Spoke up
sudden
on that.
this
Now they
that
change.
makes
Now
no
they
sense.
change.
Hey, Deacon, look, real quick. Look at the name. Dark skin and struggle. So he's saying that I'm black and I'm going through hell. And then look at his comment. Why would they get pressed? These niggas don't do nothing but stand on the corner and curse out white
They're
women.
painting a
and say-
picture of us.
Contradictory.
It's contradictory to his
and-
name.
It's
Right.
That's a white boy.
I'm
You the
telling
devil,
bro.
white man.
That's a good point.
I'm telling
Yeah,
y'all.
that's a white boy.
It make no sense.
Yep.
That's a good point.
Why would this get pressed? Laughing my butt off. These niggas don't do nothing but stand on the street corners and curse out white women and Asians.
You niggas are crazy.
Go down.
You very rarely even see any Israel
Dumbass
United Christ
Hotep.
videos dealing with the.
It's the verbiage.
Idumeans.
The
Okay,
verb.
okay. Hey, watch this again.
Uh-huh.
These
1 second before you read it. So far, a lot of these comments have been men. If we get pushback, it'll be a lot of time it'll be women.
Right.
Man don't take their time rating stuff
Right.
like that. It's
White
women
men
that
do.
pushback. This ain't the black man.
That make no sense.
That's a setup, bro.
So and you notice what he said. They have issue with us saying we're the real Jews, but they didn't say anything about marrying the sisters. They didn't say anything about sisters dressing modestly.
No.
They left those parts out.
Yeah.
Which shows you who's behind
Yes.
us.
And again, this one is saying Hotep bitches. The last
Right.
one said Hotep.
Right.
How many times you gonna hear that? We
Right.
never associate anything close to Hotep.
Right.
Those are white folks daggers.
Those
Now,
are
now
white
you pulled-
folks.
You,
Yeah.
you
You're right.
picked it right on
I'm
up.
telling you.
That's
Bishop,
exactly
we
what it is.
never have negative stuff like that.
But
never.
that shows the black man and the black woman how much we are hated by white folks. That's
They
hated
hate
by
us.
America.
These dumbass Hotep bitches. Why have I just found out through the comment section that they have been teaming up with white supremacists since the 80s to prove they're the real Jews to Jewish people?
You
That's
think a
who's
black man
behind
put
it.
that up?
No,
Stop.
Negro ain't right that part.
Hey,
You
Negro
know-
didn't write
you know
this.
that-
Stop.
You know that's Amalek that
Right.
wrote that.
That's
You know,
Amalek
you
right
know what
straight
that's
up.
for? Let me tell you something. Part of
Damn,
it
go
is
right
that
ahead.
part of it is just to put confusion out there, to
Right.
confuse
Yes.
people's minds.
Exactly.
And for those on the outside
Exactly.
that they do not organize with.
Come on,
We
black
at
people, you got
war.
That's the war
Yeah,
that we're
yeah,
at.
that's
That's
the
the
war
point.
we
That's
at.
the war
Oh,
that
that's
we're
what they call
fighting.
propaganda.
on, man.
So they're gonna paint a
So
narrative
let
of
me
propaganda.
Right. So when you sisters, like I was saying yesterday, when y'all support, this is what we got to fight BS like this.
Right.
Because this ain't coming from our own people. This is
No,
our enemies
that's not coming
that's
from
trying to
our
cause
people.
confusion among
Yes.
our own people. All of it.
Oh my goodness! Look at these comments.
You need a
Fox
mic.
Regalia. Black people don't talk like that.
Nope.
Black people don't talk like that.
You need,
This
you need
is-
a mic. Talk into the mic.
This
Yeah.
is so unbelievably jobless, chanting, "We're the real Jews," under the blazing sun and Fox Regalia is pure insanity.
So you see that they're painting a narrative.
Oh,
That's what it
yes,
is. They're
that's
gonna
what they're
paint a
doing.
narrative that
We
we're
don't have
jobless,
jobs.
we're
That's
bums,
Esau.
do
You think
not
that many
organize
thousands
with
of
us.
people showed up?
All
It-
throughout the scriptures, it talk about a man that
No,
don't work,
go
he don't
back
eat,
down, go
but
back,
yet they'll say
come
this
back, come
here.
on up. Go,
What
come back,
day
come back,
was
come
the
back, come
march?
back. Keep on
The day-
going.
the
The
march
march
was
was
Keep on going right
Saturday,
there.
Last Saturday.
Right.
There
So
she's been marching
comments are
to a
in the
job
middle of the
fair.
week.
So that's a fourth or
Wait,
fifth
wait,
person
wait,
saying
wait,
that we
wait,
don't
wait.
got a job.
Yeah, exactly. Because they're trying to paint that narrative.
And
What
it-
you were saying?
The march was on a Sabbath, on a Saturday,
Mhm.
and I'm looking at the comments. The comments were done during the week. So like the 20th, the 22nd. So the so-called Jews, they would
They-
not be watching TV on the
On the
Sabbath. So these
Sabbath.
comments are
After.
Yeah.
So our people are very reactionary
Right.
on the day of.
Right.
Right.
You had a lot of people, and on the day that you posted. So they are literally trying to disavow the message that this
Speak into the mic.
Right.
posted on social media.
Right.
That's what they're trying to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Hey,
And
you
that's
know
the
what's
reason
so-
why the media wasn't there.
Yes.
Because they're controlled by these same people.
You know what's so crazy about this? Let me tell you something. Every year, without miss, every time we have these marches, what black people say? You got to come to our neighborhood.
Right.
Yeah.
You got to come to Chicago.
Come here.
You got to come
Right.
here.
Yes.
You got to come
Exactly.
here.
Heard
You
that
gotta-
when we was
All of
there.
a sudden, that stop.
That's the what you
Stop.
said,
We ain't
Captain.
falling
Emma?
for this.
We
Stop.
were
We
actually,
heard that when we
Come
was
on,
there.
man.
was
That's
there.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's
Come
exactly
on, man.
what we
Stop.
so
heard.
they want us to turn
Stop.
against our own people and make
Yeah.
and think that we're going to believe these false narratives
Right.
to be
Yes.
against the people
That's what they want
in
us
those
to do.
neighborhoods that we
Yes.
came there for.
All right, so real quick.
Negative.
So real quick, everybody online right now on this live chat, we need you to go on this Twitter account and comment.
Stay
Turn-
ready.
State the truth of who we are, that we got jobs, that we take care of a woman, that we ain't bums.
Right.
We got the power.
To
So all
change
of
the
you, that's your
narrative,
job. Make your call and lecture sure. That's for you to do. Let's push right back and paint the right narrative
Right.
of what's being said. So find out where was that page on Twitter?
I'm gonna get it.
Stay ready. Something.
Stay with. So just post it in the group and y'all just comment. We all comment back.
Yeah,
Hey.
do it and do it just like we did the formation. Do that.
Yep.
Yes.
All you brothers and sisters, formate and do it
Yeah.
and go against those daggone evil.
They got
ass
a team
comments.
behind this.
Yeah.
They got a
Oh,
team
yeah.
behind
Oh,
this
yeah.
to put
Oh,
this
yeah.
up. I'm
Oh,
telling
yeah.
you.
Yeah, we got a team too.
Don't sleep on Esau.
Real quick.
Them demon.
So before you play this, go to the video from the conference, the other group that was at the conference.
Okay, I'm about to go in now.
Oh, snap.
Whole time.
He's right there at the top. Right there you go. Is that it? Yes. Yes.
Look at him.
Well,
he looked like he one pickle pick piece away from a stroke.
Now, Lord, I'm looking at all these Gentiles.
Stop. So stop. Look at how he starts. Why would a pastor start his sermon with "Look at all these Gentiles"?
right.
Is because he came in contact with the real Jews.
That's right.
So he has to. This has to be an undoing in his sermon because they all saw the mighty men of the Lord.
Asking questions.
Yes, they questioning pastor now. So just to give y'all context, this is during last week's men's conference in the conference center. There was another group there.
And I must say, Cap, everybody was very cordial with them.
Yes.
Very nice, very respectful to them. Nobody got out of pocket with
Nobody held camp.
Nobody said, hey, stop worship white. No, nobody said nothing
Right.
evil to them. Nothing crazy to them.
Were we at the same
Okay.
hotel too?
Let's see.
We didn't even acknowledge these people.
Right.
Say again?
We did not even acknowledge
So
them.
so none of
We
y'all
walked right by them.
presentations or class was about them.
Nothing,
No, we're
We
about
were taking
building
care of
God's
business.
army.
Nobody gave them a flyer, forced nothing on them.
Nope.
Nothing.
We was there for business.
Right.
I gotta take care of it.
So let's see in the convention rooms adjacent to where we were. Let's play it.
I'm looking at all these Gentiles in here.
That organ.
Lord have mercy.
Oh, stop.
Hold.
So this is Pastor Marvin Winans.
Yes.
Correct?
From the
Marvin
Winans brothers.
Marvin Winans. Their family is a very huge gospel singing family. Go ahead. There you go, that organ.
I understand that there's another convention going on.
Or is that BB Winans?
BBCC? The thing said Marvin.
It's Marvin, right? Yeah, it's Marvin. Go ahead. Who is that?
I'm not trying to cause trouble. I just
BB and CC whining? Oh.
Who is that? That's Marvin. Okay, go ahead, play it.
But I want you to understand. The Apostle Paul writes in the I believe it's the 11th chapter of Romans.
Word?
Well, it says it in the 3rd chapter of Romans. He says, he that is a Jew is not one outwardly.
Watch out now.
With the circumcision of the flesh. But one inwardly. With the circumcision of the heart. Jesus came to circumcise your heart.
I'm sorry. Pause it.
It's hard to listen to this, man.
Pause it. At that moment, any man with testicles supposed
There
to
wasn't
be
any
getting
in
the
there,
hell
Bishop.
up
At least
and
both
getting
of them.
and leaving.
Bishop.
There was none in there, Bishop.
Huh?
He had to direct because all those women that he had with
Man,
him
no man's
saw
supposed
all
to be
those
in there after
men
that.
with us. It was like, this way all the men at it.
Right.
Real men can't listen to no mess like this. See,
Right.
That's witchcraft and all type.
Right.
You can't sit there and listen to that.
Bishop,
mess.
they had men in leopard suits.
Yes.
I saw.
Yes.
I saw
it.
I saw
He was out there in a leopard suit. I said,
saw
what
it.
in the jungle gym bullshit is this?
There was a lot
George
of
of the Jungle.
sassiness. There was a lot of
So-
sassiness last
Sassy.
If you
So-
can't hear the manipulation from this and the witchcraft, you crazy as hell.
He had to get the women back on his team.
Damn.
So
I never heard this dude talk.
Bishop, they were standing in corners. I'm sorry.
yeah, they were standing in
The
corners.
women were standing in corners like.
So it would make you.
I gotta listen to y'all. I'm gonna leave that.
It would make you wonder. Is it just this convention that has him so riled up that he's butchering scriptures?
Yeah.
That he's lying to the people?
I think
Can we finish playing this and then go straight to the other video we sent?
maybe,
Please.
Captain.
Let's see what the problem is.
Maybe.
Finish it.
And to take everything that's not like him away. Oh, I wish I had somebody here that could stand and say, he is my king. He's my king. I'm not worried about it.
Not worried about it. So let's see.
He never went to Romans
He
11.
has a mega church in Detroit, Michigan. Sorry, correct? Okay. Let's see what took place in Detroit that would have his panties in such a bunch. Let's see.
Got his tie so tight.
And he's got crosses on it.
That's his church.
Look.
All we would like
That's right.
is to just have a sit down with Bishop-elect Marvin Winans.
Uh-oh.
Brother, I got a question for you. My brother, why you, my pastor,
Uh-oh.
Pastor Winans.
Stop. Pause it.
That guy looks familiar.
He said, I don't want to talk to you niggas.
I think Paul
Y'all the
said,
real Jews.
He looks familiar.
Dang.
in the
So it makes sense why he's in his sermon talking about, look at all these Gentiles.
Oh, wow.
Because he met the real Jews.
Listen.
The Jews blitzed his church.
That's right.
I heard
You know what
that
happened?
purple was royal.
He thought we was a bunch of some ragtag man on the corner in front of his church. When he saw us up at that convention center, because we can rent out the same spaces.
Exactly.
Right.
Did you jobless and
Yeah,
ran a
jobless.
convention center?
Yeah.
How? How did you broke hotels?
So when he passing by in his luxury vehicle, he's like, listen, I got no time for
Right. Well, y'all are
that.
beneath
Ransom
me.
there. Now, guess what?
Right.
Reality strike. And you know what? Again, what you said, Cap, we didn't engage them.
Right.
And a couple of them was cordial.
Mhm.
They said
Yes.
hello. We said
Right.
hello.
Say hello.
back.
Yeah.
We about to we don't got no time.
Right.
We
Yeah,
here
the elevator for
to
him.
build what we building.
Right.
But when he saw it, he felt threatened.
That's right.
He felt threatened.
That's right.
So he has
He had to address
if he
it.
doesn't address it to his congregation,
Right.
like he has something to say, it's like, oh, you're trying to pass the elephant in the room.
Right.
And they
Right.
can't do that.
Right.
So there
All
you
praise.
go.
You
Go
can
ahead.
sell the elevator for
Go,
them.
go back to the beginning. It gave me goosebumps.
I heard that purple was royal.
Look.
All we would like is to just have a sit down with Bishop-elect Marvin Winans.
I got
a question for you. My brother, why you, my pastor, Pastor Winans, why we here on Sunday? Is this the Sabbath, Pastor?
This is
My elder.
the Lord's Day.
This the Lord, is it the
Was the
Sabbath?
Holy Ghost
Give me Exodus 31. 6. You got it? Come on.
Anyone that say they are of God, right? Come on. Hear it. God's word. So why Pastor Marvin driving away?
We're exposing all the lies. We're uncovering the skirt. We're revealing the nakedness of this whore that we live in called America. Bring it out!
Stop. If I remember correctly, that brother came right out of Marvin Winans' church and came to the brothers in purple right there.
Yep.
And he learned all types of things that he did not know in his however many years he's on this planet Earth. You know what I'm saying? Even though they got the same Bible in that church, he ain't reading it.
Right.
They ain't got the spirit of Marvin Winans' church. That's why he came out and look at him learning. He's attentive. He's listening.
That's why I
You
said
understand?
all the men. That's why I said there any men in there with testosterone,
Right.
they're gonna get the hell up and leave. You can't sit there. I'm sitting there. I'm having a hard
Cringing.
time with this. You got. I'm trying to be professional and all the rest of it, but this stuff is really beyond dimension.
Yep.
Just sitting there and listen to him play with the words.
And sing
Get the damn organ in there, and you can't see this manipulation. And I'm a grown man. I'm supposed to be sitting there trying to get wisdom.
You trying to sing
man.
to me?
No.
Yeah, you singing to me.
Nigga, you gay.
Let's see Marvin.
Good.
And play.
Because we come here to wake you up. We're only out here for one soul. If that soul is you, my brother, all praises to the Most High God.
Oh, pray. Get a Lord a round of
Winning
applause.
souls. I'm telling you, this young generation is tired of old church.
Right.
Nobody want to hear that.
Hey, and all those brothers we saw last week in that hotel from these guys, Marvin Winans and them, they all, very effeminate. Yes, I saw a couple. Very sassy. Very feminine.
All their lips look supple like they
yeah,
have.
That was the most animal print I've seen on men in a long
voice.
time.
So, when they was looking at us in awe. And, we didn't have our garments on off the whole time. We had on regular clothes, just walking about our business, passing them to go to the convention center.
They saw power.
They saw power.
That's what it was.
They saw masculinity.
Exactly.
They saw God, man.
Exactly. Hey, that's the reason why all those comments, now it's making sense. All those comments was because of the threat of what you just saw. The brothers is waking up. I got to get some scripture.
Yes.
Bring it
There
out.
we go.
Give me Matthew 24. I'm going to hit two of them.
Uh-oh.
Matthew 24. Many shall come in my name. Then give me Revelation.
Yep.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 5. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many.
And shall deceive many. Keep that thought in mind. Now give me the scriptures in the same chapter. Jump down and said, this gospel shall be preached all over the whole world. What's that, 14, 13?
14.
Yes, sir. Verse 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations.
It's been clearly understood that the so-called Christians and this Christianity garbage has been preached everywhere on the planet Earth. But is that the gospel? Read the rest of it.
And then shall the end come.
The end did not come because that's not the gospel. But did everybody hear it?
Yep.
Is everybody being deceived by it? Yes.
Yep.
Read it. Go back to the verse that you read earlier.
Yes, sir. Verse 5. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ.
I am Christian. Christianity. That's what it is. The Christianity have nothing to do with the Bible. Christianity is white supremacy. That's what it is. 100% white supremacy. Those people that put those comments up there, those are white supremacy. If any kind of positive thing come from any group, especially the Israelites, that's coming in trying to get our people out of drugs, out of whoredom, out of prostitution, which is what we were there. We were saying, listen, some of us used to sell drugs, some of us used to do this, some of us used to do that. We repented, we got ourselves cleaned up. How about you? Meaning that's the message to the people. If the people see that, then they can change. Our enemies hate that. So they're going to get on the set, try to put up all those comments to try to disassociate our people so that we're not seen as pillars, because that's what their threat is. It says the Israelites become to be seen as pillars. We got trouble, so we must demonize them. We must sully them. We must make them look like they're unemployed and all of that. That's the narrative that they're trying to push. But they're evil as hell. Read that again. I'm not done with them. I'm almost done.
For
Read that
many,
again.
yes, sir. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ.
For many deceivers shall come in the name saying that they are Christian. Go ahead.
And shall deceive many.
And shall deceive everybody. Now give me Revelation 12 and 9. Let me find out. Let me read. We're going to read Christianity right now.
Revelation chapter 12, verse 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent, called the devil.
And Christianity. That's what it's talking about. Christianity is the devil. Read.
And Satan.
And Satan, to deceive the adversary of God. Go ahead.
Which deceiveth the whole world.
That's the gospel. That's their so-called gospel that's all over the planet Earth with that damn organ. Deceived everybody. All these are so-called Christians, murderers. They are the devils that the Bible speaks of. Read that again.
And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent, called the devil and Satan.
Go ahead.
Which deceiveth the whole world.
Which did what?
Deceiveth the whole world.
So can't you see why we are a threat? Because we are upsetting that. That's the reason why they speak it, because their whole point is to deceive the whole planet Earth in Christianity. That is of Satan.
Hey, Bishop, you know what's crazy? Our people are so deceived that when we actually read the Bible to them, word for word, that our people get offended and so upset at us just for reading it. You understand? It's crazy. So our people believe in the pastor way more than the scriptures.
He's the devil.
Yeah.
He's of Satan.
Yeah.
All that messed up. That's the reason why I say I didn't know way well I could sit up in there. That's pure Satan.
That's a heavy deception.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Yeah, finish the scripture for Bishop.
He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him.
How is he going to be cast out? Because give me Thessalonians. Now I done started something now.
Uh-oh.
How's he going to be cast out? Give me Thessalonians, the spirit of his mouth. 2 Thessalonians 2 and I think 6,
verse 8.
Yeah.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed.
What did the 7th verse say?
For the mystery?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Verse 7.
That's the verse I want. 7 and 8.
Yes, sir. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work.
The mystery is Christianity is of Satan. Because they're busy talking about that's God. And they've been deceived. For many coming in the name saying that they're Jesus Christ, saying that they're Christians, and are deceiving the whole planet Earth. And didn't even realize that the end didn't come yet, because that's not the gospel of Christ. That is of Satan. That's what everybody's under. And they're mad at the real prophets for bringing the proper imagery, for bringing the proper word to clean our people up. That's the war that we're fighting.
Right.
They don't want that image out here. Read it again.
For the mystery of iniquity.
The mystery meaning the confusion, the obscurity. They're confused. They're literally walking in Satan's den talking about we're going to church. The mystery. They're not realizing that they're literally sitting up underneath the auspices of Satan. Go ahead.
For the mystery of iniquity doth already work.
Paul was saying that this damn spirit was back there. The Romans. Go ahead. The mystery of iniquity, the man of sin.
that sitteth in the temples of God, saying that he is God. This is talking about Christianity. Go ahead.
Only he who now letteth will let.
The Most High is the one allowing him to he be taken out of the way. This is how he going to get taken out of the way, which is the reason why they so mad at us right now. Read.
Until he be taken out of the way.
Until he be destroyed. Until he be taken out of the way. The Most High going to take him out first with the word of the Most High. Then he going to come with the angels and the power to completely obliterate his behind. Read.
And then shall that wicked be revealed.
And then shall that wicked be revealed. How's he going to be revealed? Listen.
Whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
The spirit of God's mouth is the Bible, being spoken by the prophets. That's what Amos was talking about. He said that he will put it in the words of, he will have his prophets to speak the word, and that's going to consume all these lives. That's the reason why these brothers are coming out of these whorehouses called churches. That's the reason why they're coming out of there, because they ain't learning the damn thing.
That's right.
Read that again.
And then shall the wicked be revealed.
And then shall that wicked. Put the word in there.
Yes,
Come on.
sir. And then shall that wicked be
the Most High is
revealed.
pointing to him. He said, you are the devils. That's what he's saying. You with this Christian garbage, you're the devils that the Bible's talking about. Read.
Whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
The lies are being destroyed, meaning letting the whole world know that that's not the gospel. Right. The gospel is what they're getting now. Go ahead.
And shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
That's the reason why they're afraid of that army, that great army, like the Most High talked about, like it says in Ezekiel. And they shook with terrible fear because they know that after this word saturates the brains of the people and wake them up from that stupor called Christianity, then the Most High going to send the angels to destroy this whole system. That's what the Most High is talking about. Finish that up.
Church.
Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan.
That's the reason why they got that damn organ. Okay, whose coming is after the working of Satan. That all that's witchcraft is what you people in the churches are dealing with. And they're mad as hell that the Israelites are bringing the truth out.
Right.
So we're going to get ridiculed. That's all right. But the Most High is going to make sure that this truth get out there. So we're at war. And we're going to stay at war until your behind is put down by the Most High.
That's right.
You know what's crazy? If you remember, if anybody remembers, back in 2014, 2015, you had Captain Barnabas, Captain Hananiah, Captain Zakai, those brothers went out on Sundays and blitzed these same niggas right here.
Hezekiah Walker.
Hezekiah Walker in Brooklyn.
Yep.
They remember this stuff. They remembered this stuff. That did not leave him.
You know what they thought? They thought ignoring us would cause us to go away.
Now we at your conference.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, how the hell they
now
get
you
up
gotta
in
walk
here?
by us every day for 5 days.
And his people are asking questions.
Yes. Yes.
Right. Absolutely. Hey, there's a few videos because while they were hooping and hollering, these are the things that our leaders were going over.
That's right.
Brothers, always learn how to humble yourself, because that's what God is looking for. The brother that is humble, the brother that is willing to learn, the brother that understands how to deal with other men. As leaders, you want to be in their seat, know how to deal with people. But that experience, brothers, they don't come overnight. You know that, right? How to deal with people that don't come overnight. That take years. And all that gift can get to your head. All that nice doors open, nice truck when there come leadership come. All these things can get to your head. Don't let these things get to your head, brother. Always humble yourself. Always humble yourself. Because when you humble yourself, you know, man, what you're able to see? You're able to see, you're able to have the vision to look beyond. But when you're not a humble, guess what? You cannot see beyond. You can only see where you stand at. You can only see this far because you're not humble. But when you're a humble brother, you're able to see a vision. You're able to look across the street. You're able to work with people well.
That's right.
We wasn't in there learning how to be sassy, banging the tambourine.
There's another one I sent.
Yes, it was. Yes.
How many of you here got sons? If you die today, when we see you, son, what are we going to remember you as? Are we going to remember you as the man who fall and never get back up? Are we going to remember you as the man who make a mistake, but he never recovered from that? What are we going to remember you as? Because believe it or not, I'm telling you that right now, we're not going to remember you for your failure. Nobody's going to look at your son and say, your father fell one time. Everybody's gonna look at you. Son and said, your father was a great man. Your father was officer so-and-so. Your father was captain so-and-so. Your father was deacon so-and-so. Your father was a bishop in Israel. Your father was well respected in Israel. That's what you must remember, as. Never, ever let one mistake determine who you are in this truth. Never, ever let somebody take your crown away.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
To be faithful to the people that assign them to that position. This is why we don't steal your money. This is why we're not buying Bugattis and Bentleys. This is why when brothers and sisters donate, we say what we're going to do. Everybody understand that? This ain't about us becoming fat cats. Is that the terminology? Back in the day, fat cats. Getting paid. Y'all understand that. This ain't about that. This is about getting God's work done. And we are sincere in it. We ain't like no other camp you've seen before. What we do, God got us doing that, brothers.
That's right.
We are the men of the Lord. We don't play, brothers. We don't play. And we need you brothers and sisters online to support us, support this truth. Donate, donate, donate. That's what we need your help to do.
So you all heard. There's a great mission at hand. Hold on a second, sis. Put that picture up right there. Put that picture. Well, the picture is up now, sis. Now you can go. Now you can go.
Go ahead, sis.
Now you can go. So
we can tell.
Officer, can you read that real quick?
Leaders, Bishop Nathaniel. Leaders discuss solutions. Novices discuss problems, and Negroes discuss others.
That's right.
Drop a bomb on that, man.
That's right.
Hey, read that again. Because you screw the whole thing up.
Right,
read that
right,
again.
right.
Leaders discuss solutions. Novices discuss problems, and Negroes discuss others.
Oh, I know.
What category?
I know a lot of Negroes.
What category you fall in?
Yeah, that's a good question.
That's a question you got to ask yourself.
That's a good question. What category do you fall in? Are you the leader that discusses solutions, novice that discuss problems, or a no that discusses others?
Damn.
Right.
Damn. Cap, I'm
making
sorry,
10
man.
videos.
I got to go back to that class last night. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
The class last night, listen, Bishop went somewhere I didn't know he was going to go, by the way. But I started looking at the prophet Isaac different. The prophet Isaiah different.
Isaiah.
The prophet Isaiah different. And that was heavy. Isaiah chapter 6. What was that? Verse 8?
Yeah, chapter 6. I was
Verse
like verse 8 on down.
Hey, that thing was heavy, man. The way Bishop bring everything together, that thing was heavy.
What's on
Isaiah is back right now. What you looking for?
What's on your screen right now?
The leader.
No, Deacon's on the screen. Y'all got to push it forward.
Okay. All right, because I don't see that. All right. So, as you can see, while they are somewhat mocking us next door, these are the important things that we younger men are learning from our leaders. And you can see from the time it began in Bishop's living room, you can see the fruits of what we've been learning come to fruition. Meanwhile, report after report talks about the decline in the Christian church, the decline of attendance in the Christian churches. So while the truth is growing, Christianity is declining.
That's right.
That's a good thing.
Right. Hallelujah for
Get
that.
a Lord a round of applause for that thing.
The zestiness is declining in the Christian
The
church.
zestiness
It's declining?
The sassiness.
No,
that's what it is.
That's on the increase. Yeah, that's the increase.
The real men ain't there no more.
Right. The masculinity is declining.
Right.
what I wanted to say, I thought was so great about that. This was like a really professional, structured, organized conference.
Right.
And so when Bishop Yawasop often talks about that our enemies say that the Israelite movement is fractured, right?
Right.
A good leader creates more leaders. And this was evidence of that in terms of like you are setting the standard of what a good leader needs to be. And so you have the younger men teaching the younger men, even up into the boys and so forth. And one of the highlights for me, actually, of looking at the march was seeing the leadership sons in the march.
All praises. All praises.
That's
You know,
right.
the leadership sons in the march really just kind of dispels that myth of being a fractured organization. So that's why that was so important.
Right.
So you see the biological sons, and you saw thousands of spiritual sons.
Right.
That's
You know,
right.
so all praise to the Most High, man.
All praises.
And that's what the enemy hates.
Right.
They work so hard to root that out.
Right.
When that devil said about a fractured organization, I knew what that son of a beast.
Right.
I really did.
Right.
I knew what he meant.
You read between the lines.
Yeah, I knew exactly what he was saying.
Right.
Kill them off. Because they was calling us the hardliners, the older ones. When they die off, we're going to get their sons with homosexuality, drugs, fornication. That's what they were. Look, they're doing that in the schools. They're bringing a daggone man drag queen in the daggone classroom with kindergartens, meaning that will, you know,
imprint.
Exactly, and that will stay with them forever. They will never forget that. Just like when we go through the neighborhood, and they see what they saw with us, they will never forget that either. So we're at war. We're definitely at war with this devil.
And that's why you see, you know, whenever we do the march, you see sisters come out crying.
Exactly.
Brothers holding
Because
it.
they never seen it.
They've never seen
seen
anything
that.
like
They've
it.
never seen it.
It doesn't even come into their brain to have that image of our people like that.
They're like,
you know?
damn, he looked like my father that left me.
You know what?
Right.
I've never seen Boo get out of here during the march.
Right.
Like, Boo, get out of here. We
never.
don't need you. I've never
No,
seen it.
They love it.
From being in it and even at times being on the outside where you right next, you've never heard, we don't want you here. It's vehicle stop. It's children, mothers bringing their children out, people hanging out of cars, cameras.
all that.
It's never.
But Carmela, you got to really think about something. We've never seen an army. We've never had an army behind us. We've never had a defense. We've never had it. We've never had a military behind us.
Right.
So now when our people see that, they're overjoyed. They don't know they've never seen nothing like this before.
Right.
Think about it. How does it feel to have an army behind you? We don't know.
Right.
The Chinese man knows. The Arab man knows. The white man knows. Who don't know? We don't know.
Yeah.
In our society, in our communities, it's every man for themselves. You got your
So
little clique,
you think
and
those?
that's it.
Yeah. Go back to that first picture. This is the picture that I was talking about last night. That one there. That brother looked like he was like he's affiliated with a gang or something.
Yeah.
And to him, that's my only way of life in his mind.
Right.
Then he sees this. He said, I don't see this on TV.
Right.
I don't see it in the history books.
Right.
Nothing.
No, he typed faux regalia. That's what he typed. They're
Right.
out there in their faux regalia and hotel.
Right.
That's what he typed. Yeah.
Look at the look on his face. Zoom in on his face.
No, but those people those comments we saw, they weren't there. We saw the real people.
That's what I'm saying.
We spoke to the real
Exactly.
people.
He's
They
like,
were overjoyed that we were there.
he's like, wow, I didn't even know that this even existed.
Right.
You know what, Bishop? You know what?
And I've been living on the edge of the knife.
Right.
To
Yes,
pick
sir.
up what you said, Bishop, a lot of time we don't sit and think about where we come from as a people.
Right.
The condition we come from, the condition they put us in.
Right.
The condition that it's so bad, our mindset is that beginning to think it's okay to be in that condition.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with it. So now you got Most High God put the spirit on Bishop Nathaniel to open our eyes and said, no, we ain't supposed to live like that. We ain't supposed to kill each other.
Right.
We ain't supposed to hate each other. We ain't supposed to abuse our women, abuse our children. We're supposed to take care of our children, take care of our wives, take care of our families. So now I'm speaking because we in already. But the people out there, when they see it, they're like, wait a minute. I thought my
I thought this
condition
is
was
the way I'm
normal.
supposed to live.
Right.
I thought that's what I'm supposed to live. Wait a minute. I never see black men unify like that.
Not killing each other.
Not killing each other.
Right.
Not one knife. Not one screaming at each other. Not a fist fight. When they see stuff like that, they be like, wait a minute.
Right.
To me, when I see the reactions of the women, it puts us back in our natural order of looking to the Black, Latin, Native American man for protection, for safety, for love, for affection, and it shows how naturally we want to support such endeavors. And it's sort of like the Willie Lynch letter coming full circle. So when it says in the letter, unless a phenomenon happens,
Yes.
we are watching the phenomenon actually happen in real time. And so when the women come out and the children come out, we see the power that the man has in their natural order.
Right.
So that's a beautiful thing.
Absolutely. One of the things that I like to do when we see pictures like this and when we do the marches and we see the videos and I'm getting into the spirit of our people watching, I put myself
absolutely
in that child.
Yes.
And imagining how I would think living in a community where I've never seen this. All I see is drugs, needles, dope needles, diapers and stuff. And that becomes my reality. Then all of a sudden I see thousands of black men all in order that look like me, look like my brother, look like my father that probably left my house or whatever. You mean to tell me we could be in order like this? That will never leave my mind. And this bastard hates to see us live. He hates to see us get this.
Yes.
Get this this imagery in our mind. I'm telling you, we are really the image that need to be shaped in our mind is serious.
Can I get a scripture real quick? Ezekiel chapter 37.
I'm sorry. I call him bastard because bastard is in the Bible.
Right.
That's right.
So let me say that Zechariah 9:6. And for those of you that want to play,
the Lord is not their father; they bastards.
Right. Exactly. There you go in Hebrew.
So Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 1.
Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 1. The hand of the Lord was upon me and carried me out in the spirit of the Lord and set me down in the midst of the valley, which was full of bones.
So the valley, we know it today as Babylon the Great. So the Lord is showing Ezekiel something prophetic. There's a valley, which is America, of dried bones, no nourishment, no growth, nothing good about it. They're dried bones.
Hey, Cat, it's so dry that the people, the brother that organized the march, Captain Matthew, said the people don't even really come out because in the daytime because it's too dangerous.
Right.
Because there's always shots fired all over the place. That's how dangerous it is.
That reminded me, just a segue for a second, that reminded me of a time back in the old school when we had on 126th Street, Mother Tamara know what I'm talking about. We had 4 buildings that we had bought from the city. You know, they had this thing with like buy them for $5 and rent them and that kind of thing. But before we took possession of the building, there was people that was dealing drugs.
Right.
And it was so dangerous when they're in the block. The kids the families that lived in the block, they didn't even come outside.
Yeah.
When we came through and lined up on both sides of the street, we weren't nowhere near as organized as this.
Right.
But it was enough that the people never seen before.
That's
when the people saw that, they said when they spoke about our building, when somebody was getting ready to stop and smoke a cigarette on it, some girls told them, said, "Listen, don't go on that building doing that because that's that Army's building."
Right.
That's what these girls that lived in the block told these cats that didn't even know. They were just walking through the block thinking that it was a regular block and they about to do some foolishness. And the girls that lived in the block said, "Don't mess with that building there because that belongs to that Army."
That's right.
She didn't even know what to call it. But the reason why I said that because shortly after that, I lived in the block. I noticed that I see the kids riding, playing hopscotch.
Right.
They couldn't do that before.
They felt safe. Where these kids come from? And they was like, "Yo, they've been living here all along. They were just afraid to come outside."
Right.
So to who was it that was saying about the people that in Cherry Hill?
They couldn't come outside.
I've seen that.
Yes, sir.
That's how they were. Now they were out in the street playing.
Right. Yes, sir. All praises, man.
So before we get back to the script, a brother wrote a comment. IUIC is what turned me away from gang life.
That's right.
Thank God for this truth.
That's what hate groups do? Wow.
Damn. That's the kind of testimony we need.
Yes, yes. So this hate group, quote unquote hate group, is turning people away from sin, murders, drug dealing.
Right.
These are the
being
kinds
a
of
baby daddy.
Look at this brother right
These
here
are
on
the
the
kind
screen.
of comments that need to go against them demonic comments
Right,
earlier.
right.
So you shut your damn lips
Shut
up.
your black
because
lips.
these
white
brothers
lips.
are helping my people. The
Right.
hell with you. That's what's supposed to be happening.
Look at that brother right there. Does that brother look like he is upset with our presence?
Hell no. Cat,
So
I'm sorry.
keep.
You don't know.
I'm
what
sorry.
it is.
You know what this brother sees right here? I know Bishop Yalsop has gone over it frequently lately. He sees hope.
Right.
Absolutely.
So in Proverbs 13 and 12, when it says hope deferred, he's never seen it. Our
Right.
people have never gotten any hope. They only see gang violence, drug dealing, shots fired all over the place. When he saw the army of God come through, that gave him hope.
So that's what Ezekiel is seeing.
Right.
He's seeing dry bones that it's hopeless to the point where we keep reading. Go ahead.
And
Verse 2.
cause, yes, sir. Verse 2. And caused me to pass by them round about. And behold, there were very many in the open valley. And lo, they were very dry.
Look at that little boy there.
It says
Right.
they were very dry. Go ahead.
And he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live?
You got to think about that question. This is what most of the people felt when they in a hopeless state prior to us getting there. They're like, is there any hope in the so-called Black and Hispanic community?
Right.
Can we really be a people that I keep hearing about, but there's nothing giving them, there's no beacon of light to guide them to that. The churches have been failing our communities. So in the church, it's still a valley of dry bones. In the projects, it's still a valley of dry bones. In the school system, in the prison system, everywhere our people populate is the valley of the dry bones. To the point where you like, nothing good is going to come of you people. Nothing good, because nothing good is being pumped into our communities.
Right.
Nothing good. So therefore, there's a hopelessness in our people. That's that dryness. Can they live? What's going to come into these people that's going to change their mindset? That's going to change their outlook. That's going to stop them from hating one another, killing one another, raping, things of that nature. As much money that has been pumped in to destroy our communities, it has to be a phenomenon to change that. And that's what our people are seeing. So jump to verse 10 real quick.
Yes, sir. Verse 10. So I prophesied as he commanded me.
So something had to happen to those dry bones. Prophecy had to happen to those dry bones. The laws of God had to happen to those dry bones. Go ahead.
And the breath came into them.
Wait a minute. Now hope is now available to them. Now they can see hope. They can see the light. They can see the light at the end of that tunnel now. Go ahead.
And they lived and stood up upon their feet.
So these that saw that light, felt that hope, saw the direction that the Lord wanted them to go, they repented. And this is what you see in these purple shirts here. Click through some of those pictures. So breath came in unto these men. The purple, come on. Look at that. Look at that.
That's hope, right?
Leave
there.
that on the screen and read verse 10 again.
Ezekiel 37, verse 10. So I prophesied
because what you're looking at is former dry bones.
Right.
You're looking at dried bones. That's looking for some kind of wisdom from Egyptology. That was looking for wisdom from Islam and the Christian church. And we realize that all of it is still the valley of dry bones. There was no nourishment, nothing to build us up as men, nothing to guide us as fathers and as husbands. Nothing. Nothing at all. No religion out there, no belief system, no system that the white man set up is to build us up as a people, but give us cunning ways to destroy one another. Go ahead.
So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived and stood up upon their feet, an exceeding great army.
Wait a minute. As I'm looking right now, Cap, you made a mention. They've never had an army behind them.
Our people don't even know what it feels like to have an army behind.
So Ezekiel saw the purple. In the valley of dry
That's
bones.
right.
That's exactly what he saw. Straight up.
Oh,
That's exactly what he saw. He saw this. Hey, Captain Amaziah said something. I wanted to bring it out when you brought it up because the moment was hot. When you mentioned about the hope.
Yes.
Could you go back to that image where that young boy was standing? Couple of images back. Right there. Right there at the bottom.
Bottom left.
Bottom left. The bottom left. Well, that's good right there. That one. That's the one I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Could you read that Proverbs
13
and 12? Because you mentioned hope, and that's exactly right. That's what our enemies do not want us to have hope. And whenever hope is out of your reach, it has a detrimental effect on your mind.
Bishop, do you mind if I read one more comment?
Yes, please.
So
that's what I need. The comment is what set it up.
A sister said, I attended my first in-person class yesterday. I knew I was home in the parking lot.
That's in the parking lot.
In the parking lot.
Since you all right.
Soon as she hit the parking lot, that's what she's saying? Soon as she drove in.
She didn't even get in the building yet.
She didn't get in the building yet.
All
That's
praises.
how I felt the first day.
All praises.
That's how I felt.
Glory to the
I
Most
just
High.
felt that. I'm
That's
like,
right.
I've been looking for my home all these years and
All
didn't
praise
know
the
where it
Most High.
was. But
Right.
when I got there, I knew this was that
That was
clean
it.
glass of water
That's
that I've
it.
always been looking for.
That's it.
That's the feeling. So I know that feeling. All praises
praises.
to that sister. For the Lord.
Right.
Proverbs
brought
chapter
that on her. Read that.
Proverbs chapter 13, verse 12. Hope deferred.
When hope, like what you was bringing out, Captain, I wanted to bring that spirit back how you were bringing it out.
Yes, sir.
When the people don't have hope, and that's like all them people that's living in them projects and all of that, they don't see anything like this at all.
Right.
They go outside, they see crime, this and that, fathers, drugs, all kind of stuff, shooting them up, bad music. That's all they see. Read it again.
Hope deferred.
So hope, the hope that they want to have is deferred. It's out of their reach. Like it's out, like deferred meaning that it's away from you. Deferred, go ahead. What does it do when you can't obtain it?
Maketh the heart sick.
It makes the mind sick,
Right.
which means that's where the psychological problems come in.
Right.
That's where the drugs and alcohol comes in.
Right.
That's where the black on black crime. But nigga, I ain't
Right.
nothing, you ain't nothing. But if white man comes into the community, that's Jesus.
Right.
If we shoot each other down, we don't even protest about it.
Right.
Because what can I expect from you but nothing but murder and hate?
Right.
What do we expect from each other? Nothing but murder and hate. But they don't expect this.
Nope.
They don't expect this positivity because
This
that's
just
not
mess
the image that they
This mess up the whole program
They
right here.
mess the whole program
right.
up. But when it comes to each other, we expect bad treatment. We expect to be abused by sisters. Expect to be abused by brothers.
Right.
Brothers expect to be abused by sisters. Black on black crime. We expect that from each other. So whenever we do wrong to each other, we say, well, that's just normal.
Right.
Ain't no need of getting upset. No need of protesting. But if the white man or the cop shoot one of us, they look at him as Jesus.
Yep.
They say,
Black
why
Lives
did
Matter.
Jesus do this to us?
Right.
So now all of a sudden we want to protest now. But we don't deal with it when it comes to each other because we don't expect nothing. This right here messes all of that up.
Hey, put that picture back up. Hey,
Bishop, I got
put that back
another
up.
comment
Hold on,
for you.
Hold on, put that back up.
And Christianity doesn't even address this.
That's right.
Nope.
Doesn't address
That's
none of
right.
this sickness.
They sang to
Doesn't
you.
even address none of this.
No, put that little boy back up.
Hey, Elisha.
It took her breath away.
Hey,
Now, you know what's so heavy about this? If you're reading Hosea chapter 3, verse 4, yes, just a little part I want on that verse. You can start from the top, but Hosea chapter 3, verse 4. I just want a little part of that verse.
Yes, sir.
On the bottom. Go ahead.
Hosea chapter 3, verse 4. For the children of Israel shall abide many days without a king,
Without a king,
and without a prince,
without a prince,
and without a sacrifice,
without a sacrifice,
and without an image.
without a what?
An image.
So, I mean, think about it. This little boy never see an image. That scripture is a very, very heavy scripture. He said the children of Israel is going to abide many days without an image.
I empathize with him. I put myself in that boy.
I'm telling you.
I'm standing there like him. Go ahead. I don't want to.
When you see that image,
I feel what he feels.
you see people who look like you, people who look like your father, people who look like your brother. You see yourself. That's what he saw. He saw himself. He's like, wait a minute. I didn't know we was that great.
Right.
That's why you always said it's very important we put the image on our children's mind, man. Because Esau know that. We don't know that. Esau know that. That's why Esau keep pushing his image, pushing his image.
Dope
Esau,
boy.
but I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you something, right? When you watch that new movie, Oppenheimer, Esau put that demon in there. The one who got the white hair. What is his name?
Albert Einstein.
Albert Einstein.
Yeah.
Esau always lift up his people. We don't lift up our people enough.
At all.
We don't lift up our people. When our people did something great, we don't lift them up. Instead, we disrespect them. That's why you see these hoes can go to Ghana, they're twerking, and they disrespect. Bishop always said, that's why Bishop after Bishop can say, listen, one thing I cannot stand is disrespect. We have to learn how to put an image on our people's mind. We have to uphold our people. When they did something great, we gotta hold them. Some of us, it's so bad. When our children go to school, they have a good grade. We don't even tell them it's a good job. We don't even, some of us don't even have that enough to say, hey, that's what's a good job you did. Hey, you got a B, but next time I want you to get an A. Just push them. Some of us don't even have that. Instead, we destroy their image. We destroy their what is that?
Their
self-esteem,
self-worth, all that.
Confidence.
We destroy the confidence. When that little boy see that thing, that little boy's like, I never seen anything like I didn't know we that great.
Yeah, there broken children. There's a quote that my Lord always quotes about. It's easier to fix repair broken children than it is to repair
broken men.
It's
easier to deal with them when they're children. Yeah.
Sister Eliora and I were discussing on the way here the importance of raising healthy children, spiritually, emotionally, physically. All the components of what makes a healthy child will lead into a spiritually healthy adult that's going to serve the laws of God. And I just wanted to pull one point in reference to what you were saying, is that it's very important when we talk about image. That image now is throughout the four corners of the earth. There's a video that really moved my spirit last night, where you see that image now, that light, that beacon of hope, if we could say, that is spread through all of the beginnings of the foundations of churches in Libya, in South Africa, in Ghana, etc. And so that in itself is hope being shown through an image of what the possibilities are, and those possibilities, when you keep the commandments of God, are endless.
Absolutely.
And so as we see the growing, exceedingly great army, what about the spiritual army that we cannot see?
Exactly.
And so we were having this conversation about how through the men's work, you are activating the angels, like you always say, right? To come to our defense, right? To come to your defense. So to be able to really let the light shine of the prophets. So well done. Thank you.
Hey, Bishop, let me read you this comment that go along right with what you said. What y'all been talking about. We don't see that in Baltimore. Hood mentality is normal there. This is empowering, and the young ones need it. And this comment was written before we even got into this portion of the show. So they were already posting that this is something that the youth need. The mentality that y'all already talking about, which is ingrained and prevalent and just destructive amongst our people. They can already see, as someone who lives in Baltimore, that this is the image that we need to see. We have to see something besides the twerking, the shooting, the dope, the Wire. Baltimore is known for The Wire, the biggest dope selling TV show that was ever on TV, and that's what Baltimore is known for.
Wow, amazing.
Hey, I'm trying to
wait. I just want to say something real. To Mother Shamara's point about when she mentioned, I wish I could actually find a quote that Bishop said, because I know when he said that it's easier to repair, or it's easier to build up
strong children
to repair broken men. I think it's something to that effect. Because once you're a man and you're broken, the damage is deep seated.
Sheesh.
That's the point of that
Tell me
statement.
about it.
I'm gonna go a step further with that, because we're trying to undo the damage before it gets to where it's almost like a permanent damage, irreparable. Esau has done the same thing too. There's a book that I had gotten many years ago, pretty much well known. It's a book that's called "Countering the Conspiracy to Destroy Black Boys" by Jawanza Kunjuku. He wrote in that book, and he said he wrote his book based on putting his focus on countering the conspiracy to destroy black boys as opposed to men, because it's easier to destroy the man when you get him when he's a child.
Right.
Because once you program him for self-destruction, you can just let him go and be a damn Tyrone in the city and just sit back and watch the destruction.
The quote was in 1855. It was by Frederick Douglass. It said, "It is easier to build strong children than fix broken men."
That's the point.
Yes.
That's the point. And that's exactly what our enemies did. And it's easier to destroy grown men when you can manipulate them as children.
As children, right.
With that drag queen mess that they're bringing in the classroom.
That's right.
Hey, Bishop, I got a promo about what we're talking about. And we got a small video of a young child. He learns the color of Christ. And watch how this young man reacts to learn that Christ looks just like him. Watch what he does. Play that promo. Watch the hope that comes in his spirit. Play that.
This right here. Who is this? God, all praises. Who is this? What you think, sis? Who is this? Oh, all praises. And the young man had the wherewithal to know that he's special above all people. And that if he's special, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ and his Father, the Most High God, look just like him. Got hair just like you, young man.
Watch it. Look, stop.
Real quick. Don't lose your point.
No, okay.
I know you want to. That same child will go to the public school system, and will say something like that, and the daggone demonized teachers will label him as a troublemaker, make him not want to speak, won't want to speak out or nothing, and he'll begin to reserve and repress
that
his own spirit. That's what happens in these death camps called these damn educational classrooms where our children are learning nothing but garbage. Go ahead.
Hey, go back a little bit when that young man's jaw dropped. Because you could see the spirit come in him. He had hope. He's learning he's not a nigger. He's learning what he sees outside his window of drug dealing, murders, and gunshots. It's not all that. He's learned that God looks just like him. He's learned that he is a God. Okay, so this is the hope that's coming in our people when they learn. They learn these things. Play it again.
What you think, sis? Who is this? Oh, all praises. And the young man had the wherewithal to know that he's special above all people. And that if he's special, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ and his Father, the Most High God, look just like him.
Pause it. You see with his mouth open, like, yo, I can't believe, I've never heard this in all my mama never showed me this. The pastor on Sunday never showed me this. My daddy never showed me this. But it's all in the scriptures. You understand? This is the spirit of the Lord coming upon this young man. Keep playing.
And that's the most beautiful thing on the earth.
Look at his face. Go ahead, play it.
Greatest being that walked the planet Earth looks just like you.
Hey, y'all think he learned this in school, y'all?
Like me.
You think he learned this from his white middle class white woman teacher?
What's happening there? He ran to.
No, go back. Y'all was supposed to pause it.
Like me.
Watch this.
Look how happy he is.
Look how happy the young man is. But we the damn hate group.
Right.
We the hate group. Come on, man.
Look just like me.
He learned his daddy looked like God. He learned his daddy looked like Christ, man.
Hey, let me tell you something, right?
That's
When we was in Ghana,
Oh boy.
for the grand opening, I never forget that one of the chiefs said, hey, told Bishop, hey, we should have our own school and get these kids while they're very young, before the enemy get them. That's what he was telling Bishop. He said, Bishop, we gotta get them before the enemy get them. Because Bishop was explaining to him how our children, how the enemy will do what the enemy will do to our children. He said, wait a minute. I think we should get our own school and get them before the enemy get them. That's some heavy stuff.
Could you go back to that clip where that boy ran to his father? That damn thing almost brought a tear to my eyes. Better not be, brother Bill, he better not start crying.
Better not cry.
But that thing really touched me because you want to know what that kind of run was like? Right. Show it when he ran to his father. Because y'all said it.
Don't change speed. Just play it.
Just play it.
Oh, hell. Yeah, what are you going to do? Change? No, just run the way you ran it.
Just play it. Oh. Why y'all touch the thing, man?
Let's got it. Just let it be. What did y'all say when he ran to his father?
Look how happy.
Daddy, we Jesus.
His daddy looked like God and Christ.
It's exactly. That is the kind of run that people do when they run out of prison.
Yes, sir.
He looked like he was just released from prison.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Going to family members that always loved him.
Right.
That's what I was feeling when he ran.
Wow,
He's like, I'm finally out of in prison.
I'm
Right.
free, like in his mind.
I'm out this beat.
I am somebody. I'm not just a nigga.
Right.
I'm not gonna just be a drug dealer,
I didn't
a murderer.
Right.
He didn't curse. I said it in my mind, but I didn't say it in the microphone.
So, real quick, there's another camp video similar to this, but it shows a destructive part. But play that horse real quick. Because, Bishop, you made a comment about how they manipulate our mind and let us go. Look at this right here.
Oh.
Look at this. Play it.
Oh, wow.
So,
damn.
Remember, the yokes of iron were upon our necks until we were destroyed. They didn't need to keep the chains on us anymore. So here's this horse, and the title of it says what? Read the caption.
Sometimes what limits us is our mind.
Damn.
Because they control it.
They control it.
That's the message.
So they feed us lies, take the chains off, and say, "Go ahead, go function as a normal society."
Right.
Go to the other video with the young child.
And go function as a normal society
Right,
means
right.
the normal that we gave you.
Right.
Right. Our normal.
So,
Our normal.
So here's a result, right? Play that.
Image is right here. Look at this image. Who do you think this is? Who is this right here? Okay, so this is what the problem is in our community. From little we are taught that this white image of Christ is the true image. The young man said that the black image is the devil.
Pause it. Wait. So if, like I said earlier, the white image that he said it was Jesus, if somebody that looked like that white image shot him, he would be horribly upset. He said, because Jesus shot me. But then he went over there. What do you expect from the devil but evil? You expect love and kindness from Jesus. So you'll look and say, well, you're the Savior. You're the loving Jesus. Why did you shoot my poor black ass?
Right.
That's what's in our minds.
That's
But
that. I'm sorry. It's like the black doll, white doll.
Exactly.
experiment.
That's exactly we expect evil from each other. So there's no need for me to get upset when my brother shoot me, when my brother rape my sister and all that. There's no need because I expect that from us because we are nothing.
Right.
So
But
Bishop,
from Jesus, I don't expect that from
He said, I know I ain't nothing, master, but you ain't had to shoot me.
So Bishop, this is why when a cop shoots a black man down and all that, that's why there's an uproar.
Exactly.
But when we do it to each other every
It's
night in the
never-
hood,
because we
nobody
expect
give
that
a
from
damn.
him. That's the point. What up?
Yeah. It
What
is
up?
It is.
But Bishop,
No,
you know,
don't snitch. No snitching.
You know what come after that? If Jesus will kill me, then I must be not nothing.
That's the point right there.
I can't be nothing.
That
if
was
Jesus will
the
kill me.
finishing to my statement.
Right.
That's the point right there. So I might as well shoot the dope in my arm. I might as well be nothing, haul myself out.
I ain't nothing
sleep with all
already.
that. I'm nobody.
So
That's the point.
And you ain't nothing either because you look like me.
Exactly.
Right.
My father
I ain't nothing.
My
Right.
mother ain't
Right.
nothing. My mother ain't nothing.
This is why the purple and gold, we are a big problem.
That's right.
Serious
We are
problem. Because we
serious.
cleaning all
Listen,
this
some
bull
of
crap
you,
up.
I know some of you still don't see the big picture. It's okay. I pray one day you see it. Some of you, that's what I keep saying. Some of you don't know what you want. We are a serious problem because we are changing. Do you guys understand what we're doing? We're changing the mind of a people been destroyed. Now we make sure our kids don't grow up like us. We change it. Listen, we are changing a whole generation, man.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. We are changing a whole generation. We're changing the mind. When you look
That's
at
the hardest thing
go
to
back,
do.
I'm sorry, go back to that picture with all the men.
And Captain, did you ever finish your point?
No, I'm
interrupted you?
good.
Yeah,
Yes,
that
sir.
one, that one, that one. Yes. What you see right here, you look at ex-dope dealer, ex-crack addict,
Murderers,
ex-murder,
gang members,
ex-gang member,
baby daddies.
ex who used to smoke weed.
Not only that, because let's get the full picture. Some of us come out of the corporate world.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes they need to hit. I understand we're talking about getting people out of these horrendous crime statistics, but that ain't the all make. That's not the
It's
total
all
makeup.
walks of life.
All
We
walks
got
of life. That's what I'm
doctors,
looking
surgeons, engineers,
Surgeon,
all kinds of people
doctors,
are
lawyers.
in that. I just want to put that out there.
Doctors, lawyers.
Hey, guess what?
Because the world wants to say that you're all
Exactly.
jobless.
Guess what?
Exactly. That's
We
the
ain't
reason why I'm
bugs.
saying that.
Everybody got a job.
No.
Exactly. That's the point.
No.
But
That's right.
So when you look at this image right there, this thing right here, just Bishop always says, like a glass of
Clean water.
Fresh water.
fresh air. We are, I said that yesterday, man. We are part of one of the greatest movements
on earth.
on earth, man.
Absolutely. But Deacon,
Yeah.
absolutely. Deacon, when you see the optics, even from the outside looking in, you don't know. All you know is first you see men. You know, we're so used to women being in the forefront, women being the ones to talk. So I don't understand what it is. I don't know who they are, but I see men. So that's what you see when you see the women and the children and the men on the outside looking
That's
like.
the problem Esau have.
Yeah, like I don't know what it is, but I need it. I want it. I'm
Esau's
here
like,
for
where's
it.
Big Mama?
Yeah.
Right.
Why
Big Mama ain't in the front?
No women. Men. In their rightful place.
Right.
I don't know what they doing, but I think I want to follow.
Right. I want to put this statement out there for the record because we got lawyers, doctors, engineers,
surgeons,
marching next to former drug dealers and
fire
in unity.
That part.
So we all come from these different walks of life, but up underneath Christ, we can operate in unity.
That's right.
All praise.
All ages.
All
That's
praises.
crazy.
All ages. Yep.
You gonna finish that video, Cap?
Damn. Nah, go back to that video. Cap was that. The video that was that one.
Oh, that's another one.
For me,
Men of Israel, sons of God.
So this young man and his mother was at camp. The men lined up, and the young man immediately was drawn to the order.
Israelite! Who are we? Israelite! Who are we? Israelite!
That wasn't one of our babies.
Wait,
That's not one of our babies.
No, you got to bring it in.
Yeah, I taught his mom at camp.
Say that again.
I taught his mother
Listen,
at camp.
listen.
Her mother's a
Let's
the
hear it
daughter
all.
is the daughter of a pastor on both sides.
Right.
Wow.
Okay.
Daddy a pastor and her mom a pastor.
Right.
And she's a four with a double.
Okay. But the point is about the child.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this child, like I heard one of y'all say, that's not one of our sons or anything. One
Bishop,
of our
let me give you the
immediate
backstory,
sons
Bishop.
and all that.
Bishop,
So they was in the community, and he just
we was
came
at
up.
camp. So we teaching at camp. The sister came up with two children. The child came behind the posters, and the brothers were like, "Hey, you gotta get." I said, "No, let the child stay," because he wanted to he drew to men. So I let the child stay as we teaching, and he was just what's the word?
Emulate.
In awe. In awe of us, So
and mimicking.
and mimicking what we were doing, So when we lined up, the little man went to line up too. He saw power. He saw masculine men, which you ain't gonna see in no church.
That shows you the deficit of manhood in this
That's
society.
right.
He didn't see sassiness out of men. He saw masculine men standing
No
for the word
saucy
of God.
Santana.
No saucy Santanas he saw that day. And it draws to the young men because this is what they want to be around. He didn't want to be. He left his mama, by the way. He left his mama, came with us.
Yeah. And I've seen that reaction in a lot of sisters' faces because a lot of times we get a lot of sisters that'll see us in these events, and a lot of these sisters are single. They have sons. The man left them for whatever reason, and they got to raise these sons by themselves. And it's a very hard job for women to try to raise these sons without a father. I know that's a task. I know it's a difficult thing. So they want to be able to, at least in their spirit. Maybe they might not say it, but at least in their spirit, I want to be able to latch my son to some real manhood because I'm having a hard time trying to do it. So when they actually see real men come through, looking the way we looking, sharp, dignified, and standing up for the things that we're saying, and seeing that order, and then seeing her son's face light up.
Right.
She says, "This is what my son needs.
Right.
I need for my son to get involved in this here." Right. And then we teach him who he is according to Christ and all that to really build him up. Because this is the only quote unquote organization where your black sons are going to get the real truth.
That's right.
Being in
That's right.
So that's who he is.
So to turkey back off the children, go back out. There's a video of an Ishmaelite. He has on a white shirt. Right there at the top left. Top left, right there. So listen to what this man says, because as we just mentioned, our sons are being drawing to real manhood, real discipline, real structure and order. But here, listen to this man talk about the agenda that's against our children. Go ahead.
You don't raise your children the way we do. I mean, a 9-year-old boy in Gaza is more of a man than a 25-year-old in America.
Damn!
You prolong adolescence to an absurd degree. You don't prioritize maturity. Right. But at the same time, you sexualize your children very early. I mean, you've got like 3rd graders twerking, you know, and singing explicit song lyrics, and then you put that on social media for everyone to see. You're teaching kindergartners about sex, masturbation, about homosexuality and transgenderism. You think that prepubescent children can decide to have their genitals removed before they even know what they're actually for. You put little girls in beauty contests and try to turn them into, you know, miniature Beyoncés and Cardi B's singing about WAP.
Right.
I mean, 12%, I saw a study, 12% of 12-year-olds in the U.S. are already sexually active at 12. Now, 6.5% of them had actually already engaged in anal sex by the age of 12. The majority of sex offenders in the West victimize children, and they say about 90% of sexual assaults on children are never even reported. So imagine what the real numbers are. No, you have a pedophilia problem in the West. And no matter how much you wish you could, you can't shift that over to us. We're not going to help you justify your sickness.
Damn. That was a lot to unpack.
I thought somebody aged Andrew Tate or something. I don't know.
That was a lot to unpack.
I know the white man hate. I know the white man hate these guys.
You know, America's a joke.
Yeah,
America
it
is a joke.
A bad joke.
to the rest of the world.
Right.
It's just horrifying the things that this country, this Babylonian captivity that we have endured for hundreds of years, is now justifying in the words of human rights. It's disgusting.
Right.
It's so like every day it just waxes worse and worse and worse, like the scriptures say. And so you know, when if we didn't survive Sodom and Gomorrah, like the scriptures say, and if it's going to be that bad or worse, and it's this bad now,
you can forget imagine.
Say the same thing.
But America is a joke to those who believe that America wants to be righteous. But in reality, America is not a joke. America, what I mean by that is that America is doing exactly
what it's supposed to
what it's supposed and what it wants to do. We were never brought over here to join them in their prosperity. None of our people. Our people, they always looked at us to be slaves, to be the burden bearers, to be the fuel for their engine, and that's all they want from us.
Right.
That's it, period. So everything that's going on, wickedness, is to poison our brain to continue to be that way, to totally destroy us.
So the whore was never meant to be righteous.
No, hell no.
Right. The whore was never meant to be righteous.
It's only in these dumb programs where they try to pretend like they're all humanitarian. That's a bunch of bull crap. They're not about that at all. They are about exactly what they're doing.
Fornicate and whore has never been right.
That's why the skirt is going to be lifted in the thigh.
America is the deepest ditch.
Right.
Yeah. What you're seeing right now is Second Thessalonians. America been with here.
Right. Right.
That's what you're saying. When you see that scripture go deeper, that most I guys start lifting up their skirt. Most I guys start showing the world.
The other nations are saying that's your point.
Nations,
right.
yes.
The other
because the Arab never talked like that before.
Right.
Yes, that's everybody. It's not only them. The Africans talk like that now.
Right.
Listen,
Russia.
everybody starts seeing America for what they really are.
Right.
That who they are.
So his point was the longer interview, he's basically saying America's trying to impose things on the world and how hypocritical they are.
Right.
So like you made mention, everybody sees it.
Yep.
They said they'll forever remain a lady, but no. Most High is revealing you're not as righteous as you claim to be.
That's right. That's what
You're
you're
a
seeing
big
right
ass
now.
hypocrite.
But again, how could they really be righteous and not be righteous to the people who they enslaved?
Right.
How could they talk about justice and they have not been just to the people who they've been unjust to? They are never trying to bring black people talking about some reparations. You out of your damn mind. You ain't getting nothing.
Right.
The so-called North American Indians ain't getting nothing.
Right.
Forget about it. They're not going to do that. You're not going to get it.
They've given to everybody except the children of Israel.
Exactly. Yeah.
So just by that alone, we know who the children of Israel are.
Exactly.
Because you've never given to the natives, you've never given to so-called blacks and Hispanics, but you gave to the Chinese, you gave to the Japanese,
Right.
you gave to Koreans, you've given to Jewish people, you give it to everybody else. But it's all good because we got the kingdom waiting for us.
That's right.
We got the kingdom waiting for us. So go back out. Which one? That? Oh, you'll play it again?
No. I want that system.
I didn't hear.
He said he wants it.
You want it?
Send me that.
Right. Hey, as a matter of fact, the next line, the next level down to the left, all the way to the left, blue shirt. Yes, play her. I think she's a congresswoman. But there's something that the man who responds says stood out.
While these folks set out to destroy a presidential candidate and later a presidency, the fact is that they destroyed so much more, and that will be their ultimate legacy. One casualty is America's faith in our institution, and another casualty is the erosion of a justice system that is supposed to apply equally to all Americans, but that has been weaponized to protect the favored few elites, the Clintons, the Bidens, while targeting political enemies. That is the current legacy of the FBI and DOJ. Mr. Durham, here's my question. How long do you think that this country will survive
Chairman, the time has expired. You can't ask a question.
a two-tier justice system that seeks to persecute people based on their political beliefs?
I don't think that things can go too much further with the view that law enforcement, particularly the FBI or the Department of Justice, runs a two-tiered system of justice. The nation can't stand.
Stop right there. Go back a second and listen to what he says about the two-tier justice system, meaning they're ready to persecute one group and for the other, let them go for the exact same thing. Go ahead. Right. Play it again.
Tiered system of justice. The nation can't stand.
Wait.
Under,
You got to go back a little bit more. He's telling you the outcome of America. Go ahead.
Yeah, right there.
I don't think that things can go too much further with the view that law enforcement, particularly the FBI or the Department of Justice, runs a two-tiered system of justice. The nation can't stand under those circumstances.
I'm going to give you two tiers of justice. As a matter of fact, I'm going to give you two tiers of justice, not even in America. The Palestinian and Israel. Two tiers of justice. The Palestinian kill one terrorist.
Right.
Israel throw a bomb, kill hundreds of thousands of them. They're justified.
Right.
But
go ahead,
to the statement that the lady was making, she said that the system is supposed to work for all Americans.
Yep.
They don't consider us as real Americans, so we are excluded just by the statement alone.
Nope.
Right.
You a pretend American.
We are denizens.
We're denizens.
Right. But you know,
back to the Arab that was speaking out. So it's not only without that's seeing the hypocrisy of America, but it's also within.
They're seeing it, but
within, everybody sees this whore for what she is. It's all hypocrisy.
That's why eventually, Cap, I truly believe a lot of our people is going to come out of this church.
Right.
I'm telling you.
That's
our
right.
People sick and tired, especially the new generation.
Right.
The new generation, this garbage was watching this morning, this pastor, listen, they're not dealing with that crap. They're like,
they're not the guys.
No, those are not them guys. Our people is not stupid. How the hell you got a Christian church in every block? Same thing still going on every day for decades.
But they kids
Don't
don't
deceive
go.
the whole world. They're on every block. They're on every continent, every country. They're all over.
Oh,
But the end has not come yet because that's not the gospel.
That's right.
Well, bitch, you know the younger of our generation, they don't deal with the church, and it's kind of like what the scriptures say that the young having not seen Christ, that they'll be the ones that begin to do it, because you see that a lot of our younger, right now they dealing with that Negro mysticism because they're still grasping for something outside of the church. But you're starting to see a lot more of them that know what Israelites are. The Israelites right now are the closest thing to organization that, like we have been talking earlier, but because what's the system that's provided, they already know there's nothing in this system for us. There's like absolutely nothing. So like 25 and under, they don't deal with the church. You have a couple of those sassy
in church.
And the messed up part is, and I'm kind of amazed whenever I see an older person come to the doors. I'm like, holy shit. You got out of there? Like you
exactly.
You got your mind out.
You got away from the brainwashing?
You escaped? Wow. Like, yeah. The older ones, you like, because
they got more indoctrination than the younger ones.
Right. And that's why it's amazing. I'm like, all praises.
The Lord love you.
Right. You got your brain out of that. Because a lot of them older ones, they gotta
go.
They're gonna die because they can't unlearn it. And it's not that what we're showing is hard. It's that they can't unlearn the doodoo that's stuck. Like they can't scrape it off.
They revert back
immediately.
Hey,
Immediately.
They're so used to Marvin Wine and singing to them, singing scriptures to them, and singing garbage to them. They used to that.
He said, Bishop, y'all ain't gonna sing to me. Yeah.
Wait, you mean they don't sing the scriptures?
They hear that organ and they sleep.
Right. That's the witchcraft. That's the witchcraft
they
right
hear
there.
the organ and they sleep.
They rock to it.
That's the witchcraft.
I'm telling you straight up witchcraft.
And the tambourine. Just a banging.
Some of the churches have lights that are activated to go with the organ.
Yes. Strobes.
Yes, strobes and all
All
that.
that is witchcraft.
100% right. I won't tell you how
And
I
then
know.
he passed the plate.
100%.
Tell him, Cat. Bring it out, Cat.
Bring it out.
Cat, bring it out, Cat.
100%.
Don't deprive us,
Play the
Cat.
next video.
I hired a pair of young white men and a pair of young black men. And for each pair, I randomly assigned one individual in the pair a criminal record. What this means is none of the young men in the study who were posing as job applicants actually had criminal records in real life. But for the purposes of these applications, they communicated to employers that they had a felony conviction. So looking first at the outcomes testers, we see that about 34% of whites with no criminal record received a callback or job offer, compared to just 17% of whites with a criminal record. So we see that a criminal record reduces employment opportunities by about 50%. In the case of black testers, 14% of those with no criminal background received a callback or job offer, relative to just 5% of blacks with a criminal record. When we compare the outcomes of black and white testers side by side, what's most striking is the direct effect of race on the outcomes of these young men. A black applicant with no criminal background received callbacks or job offers.
Look at the 17 and the 14.
Yeah.
That's the point. The criminal is on the 17 of the white folks, and the 14 there's no criminal record, and even he can't even aspire to the level of a criminal white man.
Right. Right. Yeah, play it.
About half the rate of an equally qualified white applicant. But the most surprising finding was really related to blacks with no criminal background relative to whites with a felony conviction. We find that a white applicant with a felony conviction fared just as well, if not better, relative to a black applicant with a clean record. This suggests that being black in America today is essentially like having a felony conviction in terms of one's chances of finding employment.
Damn!
Now, let me show you how far that goes. The sisters know that.
Right.
And they will say, you know what, I'm better off with a criminal white man than to deal with a black man with
Damn.
And that's what you understand. And they'll have that disdain for black men
Instead of
with
fighting
no
with us.
Exactly. Have a disdain. Won't even deal with the black man.
I don't want to know.
Right. With no criminality or nothing, came up straight A student and all the rest of it. And a criminal white man will get more respect from a black woman than the black man with no criminal record at all. Because of that statistic.
Let's prove that. Go to the second one, right there. Let's play that. Who?
That's how Cap felt.
17 days.
Wait, so look at it. Read what it says.
Oh, damn.
You asked her to marry you 17 days after you met?
So this person married someone 17 days after they met. That means the sister said, I do. You're the man of my dreams. Let's play it.
You asked her to marry you 17 days after you met her, is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Tell us about this.
I just knew. It was very difficult to describe. Between that day and the day that we got engaged, nothing romantic was said at all.
So stop. Nothing romantic was said. So he didn't drop no top game, none of the sort.
Baby, please, baby,
He had to have nothing.
He didn't have to do any of
no
it.
key sweat. Bring his white skin.
All he did was bring his whiteness.
Wow.
Baby, look, I'm white.
You see the pink, baby.
And you're gonna be
I'm
surprised.
white.
You're gonna be surprised who you married.
Let's see.
They might have a damn blow-up doll in the damn closet.
Baby, you see the pink. You know what we do.
And the red ball, in the mouth.
The red ball in the mouth.
He got bodies in the trunk.
You know what this is for, right?
Go ahead, please.
Between that day and the day that we got engaged, nothing romantic was said at all. I fell in love with a woman who gave so much
Oh, it's your girl.
Stop it.
Oh, Lord.
Y'all better stop.
Y'all can see who that is?
Candace Owens.
Oh, my goodness.
Go ahead. We don't have a lot of time. Play.
When I met her, she was this tour de force, incredible mind, incredible beauty.
So stop. When he met her, she was already a force on the internet. She already had a huge following when he met her. So she's a prominent sister.
Right.
Go ahead.
So willing to just be enraptured to her. And that was really what took place in those 17 days. I was amazed.
Damn.
It was very different for me than any other woman I've ever met in history. It was totally different to any other relationship I'd ever had.
Was it the kind of thing where you laid eyes on Candace and said, that's my woman, that's my wife?
Yeah. When I look back on it now, I think, wow. Without Candace, I don't know what I would be. I would be nothing. You know, I'd be insignificant. We're a partnership. Everything we do is a partnership. And for me,
I'm taking your money.
By the way,
he came up.
He's Amalek.
Damn.
Believe it or not, he's Amalek. Don't let him fool you.
He said, look, Candace.
Do y'all remember the show we did a few months back with all the young sisters saying they don't want to get married?
Yeah.
They want nothing to do with marriage unless you're wise.
Hey, remember, Eve did the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
He said, I'm like that English white man.
Yes.
He's white.
17 brothers got
Now
to
she's a
give their
freaking nanny.
Social Security,
to his
they
kids.
they credit score. They got to give everything in order to even get a chance or opportunity for something serious.
6 figures.
He said nothing romantic, and in 17 days she said, I do. A prominent sister.
Called him a millionaire black woman in 17 days.
What about the bro?
He's got nothing going on.
No,
Nothing,
what about?
absolutely
Listen,
nothing.
Serena Williams is worse.
Serena,
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
She having a
Serena
baby.
Williams is worse.
Yes.
She actually taught her how to
And
bathe.
he-
Worse.
That statistic that we saw earlier
Yes.
with the 17 and the 14%, now that's the absolute, just like you said, you have
Yes.
video to back that up.
Yep. Yep. So let's show the flip side. We're gonna show the flip side of the prominent sister. How one side is she so easily gives in to her white God. We'll end it with that one. Deke. We'll end it with that one. Can we do his last one? Top right.
I am a 51-year-old single mom who lives at home.
Turn it up a little bit. No.
And I'm
Turn it
happy.
up. So one extreme is a prominent sister. She so willingly give herself over to the white man, right? Now here's another sister who's well-to-do, so to speak. Now let's see what the flip side is. Let's see if a black
I
man
am a
is in this.
51-year-old single mom who lives at home with my parents, and I'm the happiest I have ever been.
Stop.
What?
Single mama, living at home with her parents.
50 years old.
And she's the happiest she's ever been.
Lying.
She's lying.
You lying.
Emotional, damn it.
You
White
50
man
years
lies.
old living with your parents?
No.
Play
That
it.
part.
Come on, you don't want to go to bed? It wasn't always this way, so stick with me here. After graduating from college, I moved a lot, and often far from home. I spent most of my adult life working as a broadcast journalist. I had a dream career. I worked at CNN's Headline News for 7 years. I've interviewed phenomenal women like Janet Jackson and Misty Copeland. I've lived in New York, Doha, Qatar, and traveled to fabulous cities around the world. From the outside looking in, my life probably looked pretty amazing, and sometimes it was. Reality is more complex. I was often alone, expecting to meet a great guy and start a family. When that didn't happen, I decided at age 43 it was time to freeze my eggs. Then at 46, it was time for IVF.
The other option is to freeze her daggone.
She only had 7 left.
That part.
They run out at 50. And you get one a month.
Play it.
Using those eggs and sperm from a sperm bank. You think Bumble is stressful? Try picking sperm. When IVF didn't work, I decided it was time to adopt. I kept telling myself the right baby would find me, but eventually realized leaving Doha could improve my odds of being matched with a baby. And that is exactly what happened. Within 8 months of leaving my dream job and moving home to my parents' studio apartment above the garage in Houston with no job lined up, I met my beautiful baby boy, Avery. The journey is not how I planned it, but I wouldn't change a thing.
She said she wouldn't.
With your lying ass.
She's lying. A thing.
What the hell is this? Wonder how the baby's gonna find her.
There's a lot to unpack there too.
Does the baby have Twitter?
The niggas are crazy. Her natural desire to be a mother.
Yes.
But what she did was she put career, fame, fortune ahead of being a wife and a mother, which is her natural order of things.
I bet she wasn't not having
You know how
sex.
you know she's lying. Then the beginning of the video, she said she's miserable alone. Now she said I would not choose your thing.
Yes.
No.
She said at some
She's trying to get a job.
Yeah.
I bet that she would letting them hit it though.
So
damn. Damn.
Is this you know, there's oftentimes the term that, you know, this is where the mindset I see when sisters say he's not my type. You're making a decision, whereas, okay, am I gonna have a God? Look at these people amazed at all of these men in perfect order. All of those men represent a greater mission than your desire. Wow. Your desire is according to what it was in the world. It's not according to the standards that God has set up, meaning your mind being changed. Now, you see these men, the people on the outside are in awe, but you're on the inside going, So you're telling me the people on the outside reverence these men greater than you that actually know them, you see their works, you hear the good name that they have in the congregation. You got to think about that. So, oftentimes, that's how these women come about. There's good men that come in their path, but they become a one-night stand. It's just sex. Sex and move on. I'm on my career path. Okay. Now, when you're up in age, like Tracy Ellis Ross and Taraji P. Henson, sisters like that, now you have to find happiness not in what you really wanted, which was a family. You have to lie to yourself and say, I'm happy with just a child.
In the garage.
And my mama's
garage. Don't forget the cat.
You lying. Your natural instinct is to procreate in a family structure. That's what it is. Baby mother stuff is a new thing in the earth. That's not how our foreparents in the scriptures operated. That's a new thing.
But they embrace it like it's like
because it's become a societal norm.
Right.
It's you know, it's contrary to the Most High's order of things. It is so our people really have made it popular. It's a cliquey thing to do. You know what? I don't need a man, you know, but my grandmother used to say that she'd rather have a warm bed with a man, you know what I mean, and be able to raise up her children together with her husband, right? It used to be a shame for a woman not to have a husband at a certain age. They'd be looking at you like, you sporting yet?
Yes.
Like when you get married, what you doing out here? You know what I'm saying? When you gonna get married? You know
what you waiting on?
But it's so far gone that now, even so-called the other nations, you don't really see it amongst Arab women, Asian women. You see it East Indian women
unless they're widows. That's the only way.
But it has become a norm for so-called Black Hispanic. We are like at the bottom of the barrel. I want to share something that happened, right? There was a video that was on YouTube where an Arabian woman or an Iranian woman was crying because her brother had beat her up. Her brother had beat her up because she was, and I'm not condoning violence against women at all, but here's the point. Because she was dancing without her hijab on, right? Now that was interesting, right? But I like to read comments. Now, it was the comments that got me. One of the comments from one of the men said, would you prefer her to be gyrating like some disobedient Jamaican monkey?
Damn. Daggering.
Damn.
Damn.
Sometimes you got to put it in words like that to get the point.
Like that's what that was in the comments. So that just shows how far. That's how the other nations see us.
Right.
So it is common. You're not married and you have a child. Well, that's normal for you.
Right.
So when someone says, for example, to Mama Parya, you have 13 children with the same man.
With the same man. Right.
But with the same man. What? Exactly. How long have you been together? It's sort of like an oxymoron. It's like the astonishment to the other nations, like, that's an odd Negro.
Right.
Like,
This ain't normal for y'all.
That's not normal for y'all. Y'all supposed to be monkeys and apes running around just having sex.
Baby mamas.
Baby mamas. Like, that's not. So we're breaking that right now by keeping the commandments.
I told people, I said, I'm from Harlem, New York, and I don't play basketball. They
Right.
That's right.
But you know what's
you don't know how to dribble?
What? What's the inverse of what you just said? Like when someone see us maintaining family structures and being monogamous and such, that it's abnormal. I know people of the other nations because of the work that I do.
Right.
And when their daughters act like the so-called black woman, they are the outcast of that family.
They're pissed.
That's what I'm saying. That was in the comments.
Right. So when you see let's just say an Asian woman or Asian or East Indian, whatever, and their daughters live that free lifestyle, those are like the disowned of their family. Like, you know, they like that when they speak it out. When I don't know. That's how the dude was talking about his daughter. He started making those sounds. I didn't know what he was saying.
All praise.
Yeah. Well, guess what? If your image was destroyed and you got to get a new one, guess what? We got sanctuaries all over the continental United States. Go to IsraelUnite.org. Find a school near you. Come and rebuild your self-image. And if you can't do that, guess what? You can subscribe to IUIC TV for just $1.99 a monthly subscription. You have access to some of the best content seen on the face of the planet. We have multiple YouTube streams and channels. Classes 7 days, more than 3 times a day. 7 days a week, all day and day, every
24/7.
It's just on. It might as well be called YouTube IUIC. But hey, we on there. If you want to donate to help make our Patient Saints a better tech team radio show, put your application in. You can do so at IUIC.
Put your application in today.
Please. You could do so.
You don't have to worry about that percentile we saw about white convicts get hired more than Jake. No, you get 100% higher rate on PSR.
He said we hire convicts.
Not sinners.
You can do it.
We reform them.
We reform them. You can do so at IUIC.Atlanta@IsraelUnite.org. If you want to help keep the prophets moving throughout the earth doing and teaching this glorious gospel, you can do so at IUIC.fundraising@IsraelUnite.org. Bishop, you got something you want to tell them?
Well, first of all, I think we did a good job.
Clean up
despite the circumstances.
Yeah, exactly. I think we came out all right.
We savaged this.
You got half the show.
We savaged it, man. That was a good 2 hours.
We don't need to
get to pick on nobody.
But anyway, Bishop, I want to thank you for coming in. I want to thank Bishop Kanai, Mother Shema.
Yes,
Mama Anna.
Yeah.
Did Mama Anna, did she talk today?
Mama Anna, did you
She spoke in Spanish.
Next time.
Yes, ma'am.
Great start.
Espanol.
I want to thank the sisters in the kitchen team.
Sister
Tahelia from the house of Officer Timothy, Sister Phoebe, Sister Caprice, Sister Yamina. Thank you for the lovely food. I ain't thanking the tech team. I don't know what y'all say.
All right, let's go.
Shout out to the tech team. Hey, don't forget LAND, Israel at IsraelUnite.org. Help get that land so we can do something else besides get these people their money.
All right. And thank y'all for tuning in, for sticking by, and despite the difficulties, still tuned in. We thank you, we thank you, we thank you. And Lord's will, we'll see you next week. With that, Israel, we say shalom.
Shalom.